on a Critical Mass Mic, which is my Rumble account. I'm going live from Rumble Studio on my laptop to both my Rumble channel, Critical Mass Mic, and YouTube, Mike's 89. And I'm live on my phone too, on Mike's 89. So I'm a persecuted Christian talking video, talking with what's called gang stalking of talking videos. So I'm a gang stalk talking video. And in this video, I'm intending to do some commentary on Stalked by the Feds, which is an Instagram account, Stalked by the Feds Lisa, okay? And she popped up on my radar, and I was keeping an eye on her channel. And for a while, I was wondering what her angle is. Now, I can say this. Toxic is toxic. Don't bring your hands about diagnosis. So if she's a fake TI or not, some of the things that she does helps the target for sure. She helps to cover up the truth about gang stalking with her videos. Also, how big she is on Instagram is suspicion of itself. That she's got close to 300,000 followers on Instagram. Whereas me, I'm shadow banned, being a real TI. And if I make videos about gang stalking for years and years and years, it's been impossible for me to build a following, because it's like they make it real hard for me to reach people with my videos. So I might have to make a new Rumble channel and call it like Mike SAHA Stalked in Sweden or something. It's like maybe I should make a new Rumble channel dedicated to gang stalking. Okay, but in this video, and I won't be surprised if it will be shared by the stream too, because I'm getting about gang stalking, it's a touchy issue. Now, we're gonna do some commentary here on Stalked by the Feds, Lisa. And I'm gonna show you how she's a part of the problem. Okay, she's helped me cover up gang stalking videos. Since I have the channel open now, I'm not gonna be surprised if the cyber stalkers get sent to harass me in the chat and play games. But here we go. So gang stalking is real. Most online TIAs are not. Here's an account. 292,000 followers, Stalked by the Feds, Lisa, okay? That's her account, Stalked by the Feds. And like I said, most online TIAs are fakes. And I don't have to wait until I have to be 100% sure and be able to prove that she's a fake TI. Her behavior, she's part of the problem, and it's definitely helped to cover up the truth about gang stalking. Definitely. Also, after I subscribed to her, she started posting things like triggers I've been targeted with, like the narcissist always abuse tactics. So now here's the point. If people accept that or not, they see my videos like, oh, Mike, I don't think she's a fake TI. Well, I think she's real. Even if that would be true, she's still helping the program, okay? She's helping to cover up the truth about gang stalking of target videos. And her angle is minimization, which is like, the most common way that fake TIs operate is to crazy talk about the targeting. Chuck Langenberg talked about that tactic, and he was right. So the most common counterintelligence agent tactic is to, somebody gets the job to be a fake TI online, and they will crazy talk about the targeting. Like Captain Horn is a good example of like an obvious fake target video that does the crazy talk angle. It's like, cover up the truth about gang stalking videos by making it sound really crazy and nutty. So that's how most fake TIs operate. They claim to be a target video, have a YouTube channel. Their job is to claim to be a TI and then throw a lot of crazy talk into the mix. Meaning, this is why you see people like Captain Horn and Scott Snitzer used to be on YouTube before he got pulled out of service. Be like, yeah, target video, I'm a target video, I'm making videos about gang stalking target videos, and they definitely attack with microwave radar assaults, okay? The neighbors in the neighborhood, they will target with microwave radar assaults and synthetic telepathy, they're reading your mind with satellites. So you notice how they throw a lot of crazy, nutty disinfo into the mix, like the Vice's hit piece videos on target videos, where they interview TIs, real or fake, they claim to have brain chip implants or implants in the teeth or being remote controlled with satellites. So the most common fake TI angle, it took me a while to see what her angle is, and her angle is to not be a crazy talking TI, but to be a minimizing TI. It's just psychological target to cover up the physical target tactics, like food poisoning. The program doing covert entry to contaminate the environment with contact chemicals, contact poisons, and to do covert entry and poison your food in your fridge. So she does cover up the targeting tactics, discredit it, by downplaying it. She's downplaying the seriousness of the targeting. So the truth of the targeting that I've been talking about for years is part of the targeting that you get as a TI. It's not just psychological targeting, okay? The psychological targeting, the mental, the psychological warfare, the narcissistic dog abuse tactics, that's a bulk of the target. That's a big chunk of the target. That's part of the daily targets, like narcissistic dog abuse tactics and harassment and do things to make you feel harassed. Target with gaslighting and all these different things. Now, part of the targeting, the real targeting we receive, is physical, direct physical attacks. From food poisoning to being sprayed with chemicals around in public. Covert entry is one of the tactics that I've been teaching TIs how to stop, okay? How to protect them from covert entry. So one of the real target tactics that the program uses is called covert entry, which means the program will enter inside the target's home when they leave with a spare key, the landlord's spare key. They will go inside your home without leaving house, break and entry. And they will poison your food in your fridge. They will contaminate your environment with toxic chemicals. Okay, so the target is not just psychological. The target is physical. They target you physically. So Sir Saxon, which I also been referencing, working to expose this for years, and being a real TI and speaking truth about this, they made sure I don't reach too many people in my videos. But it's Stalked by the Feds that is helping to cover up gang stalking tactics, truth about gang stalking. She's got close to 300,000 subs on Instagram followers and being interviewed on like major podcasts and stuff like this because she's a counterterrorist agent fake, okay? And even if I would be wrong on that, which I don't believe that I am, she will still be part of the problem. She's like as a useful idiot at best, okay? So she made a video where she covers up the target tactic called covert entry. So the program, her angle seems to be just, gang stalking is real, and it's harassment and mental games. No, it's way more than that. The program attacks targets directly physically. I'm a real target leader, I know the truth about this. And I've been targeted physically by the program. And any real target will be attacked physically by the program. Meaning, covert entry is not something you do just to mess with your mind, okay? Covert entry is when, if you leave as a TI, a target will release the home, the program sneaks inside your home, and they will poison your food in your fridge, or contaminate your environment with contact chemicals, chemical toxins. For example, they can put some heavy metal dust powder in your apartment, mold spores. They can spread like mycotoxin, mold spores in your home, so when you inhale it, you get inflammation, irritation. They can open your food. Here's how it works, okay, to explain it to you. If I didn't, this is why I'm more valuable than she is too, because I'm teaching the truth to TIs, and I have for years been teaching targets how to be less hurt by the target. So I'm ripped with a six-pack in better shape than most 35-year-old men, despite being target legal. So maybe I know a thing or two about how to not be that affected by targeting as they want it to be. And there's nobody else I've seen that's teaching the truth that I'm teaching the TIs and giving the truth to the public on what gang stalking is. So for example, I figured out a way to stop the target from sneaking inside my home, and I've been teaching other targets how to do that. So part of the target is called covert entry, which means when the target leaves, the program will enter inside the target's home. Landlord, spare key, I don't have to get into all the different ways they can do it, but it's definitely possible, and they will enter into the target's home in their way, covertly. So it's called covert entry because as opposed to a burglary break and enter, it's like they break a window, like beat down the door with a crowbar. It's like obvious when you come home, it's like somebody broke into your house, and if you call the cops or something like this, it's like, well, okay, there's somebody was in here, the TV's missing. Now, if you come home as a TI and it's like, oh, hey, cops, somebody was in my home, I've been burglarized. How do you know? What did they steal? Like, is something broken? No, but it's like there was a penny at my pillow when I came home. Okay. Also, you're saying that people broke into your house to leave money for you, and they somehow got in without breaking anything. It's like off the loony bin too. So, they are like psychological targets where they are hoping that you will kind of report this, okay? But here's the thing. real covert entry, they don't just do that to target you mentally, okay? Which is part of why Stalked by the Feds Lisa is helping to cover up the gang stalking, because it's just mental targeting. The gang stalking is not just mental targeting. I've been referencing Ted Gunderson, Chuck Lagerberg, and the Perception program during my activism, being a real TI, teaching the truth about the targeting and teaching truthfully helpful solutions to real TIs. So Perception, they target people physically with Perception program. Förstås, men jag hade sagt Perception copying media, okay? So part of what she's doing is also like to be similar to me, okay, like copycat, where she's been put up to talk about the same things. It's like a limited hangout to control the narrative. They know that this will get out, the truth will get out about the target, and they want people to, since they can't keep, they know that it's going to get out there. They know that it's like truth has started getting out about gang stalking videos. There's too many people hearing about this and start to wake up to it. So it's going to be impossible to keep this discredited forever. So we want to control the narrative about what the targeting is. To be like, because they've had Christian church involved with the targeting. I'm a Christian. And it's like, if they realize what they've been a part of, that's problematic. Be like, oh, the truth of the targeting is, the program has targeted Mike's loved one physically. Innocent third parties of the target video. They've been attacking his body. They're trying to take him out, make him have accidents. He's been sprayed with poison chemicals. He's been food poisoned. The program has gotten to a dentist and told the dentist, when Mike goes to the dentist, give him a tooth infection, poke a hole in his tooth on purpose, which could lead to heart attack and strokes and serious health problems. So part of the targeting is real physical attacks, okay? And it's like, well, it's like the truth about gang stalking is getting out, but let's work to kind of a limited hangout to get people to think that, yeah, gang stalking is real, but it's not as bad as it's been, okay? It's less bad than you think, okay? So to control the narrative. So that's the point. This Stalked by the Feds Lisa, fake TI, I can tell that she's helping to cover up the gang stalking program. So yeah, covert entry is a real target tactic. That's part of, what is my main point here? Well, I'm trying to get the point across to you that gang stalking is not just harassment, it's not just mental targeting, okay? So the angle with Lisa is get the word about gang stalking and then cover up the truth about the target by minimizing it, to paint as it's just mental targeting, okay? Whereas the average fake TI, their job is to get the word about gang stalking and covered up with crazy talk, claiming that target attack would directly represent us out of space. So target attack physically, and the direct end weapon angle is to cover up the real ways that program targets physically targets target videos. So one of the tactics the program uses on target videos is called covert entry, which means they will enter into the target's home covertly when the target is away. Covertly as opposed to overtly. So like a normal burglarization, it's like that's too obvious that this person also had the house broken into. So part of targeting, the program will enter inside the target's home, not just to mindfuck you, okay, to make you feel like, oh, someone's having a home that makes me feel stressed. No, they go inside your home to poison your food in your fridge, to contaminate your environment with toxins. And there's a wide variety of toxins they can use. Anything from like mold spores, like they can have a bag of like mold spores and like spread it in your apartment, and you go home, you're reacting to it because mold spores are toxic. And it's like plastic migrants as well. So you're gonna find mold spores detected if you test any area or something like this. It can be heavy metal powder. It can be all kinds of stuff. Chemical toxins, chemical irritants, like odorless chemicals. So one way the program can hurt a target is when they do covert entry. Target goes outside for a few hours. The program goes at home, sprays a chemical irritant and odorless chemical in the target's bed. And when the target comes home and they sleep, it's like itching and having like an allergic response, a histamine response. And the skin feels like they're itching and burning, and they can't sleep well, okay? That's the real type of stuff they do covert entry on it. Or they go into the target's home, open the fridge. Oh, Mike has an open pack of coconut milk. Open it, put some chemical toxin there, a drug or a heavy metal, something bad in there. It can be aluminum, it can be mercury, arsenic. It's not like if you didn't die, that means you were poisoned. You can be poisoned a little bit over time, where eventually you start having symptoms, okay? So The program does do covert entry on tornadoes, and they don't just do that to target you mentally, okay? They do that to target you physically. And then the direct entry weapon, Crazy Talk angle, is to cover up real TA issues, which means they want real TAs to think if they come home and they start having some physical symptoms, they want them to think that these crazy talks they've heard online, that Scott Snitzer or Captain Horn or whoever, it's like, oh, I've heard these videos like you're attacked with microwave radios all through the walls and they can make you feel your skin is sort of itching. Okay, that's one of the symptoms. So no, that's to cover up real physical attack as opposed to like chemical toxins. Ted Gunderson, former head of Los Angeles FBI, which I've been using before he even showed up on the scene to get the word about gang stalking, talk about Ted Gunderson. He said that one of the ways that people can target tornadoes is to have cars with covert devices spray toxic chemicals on you. But if you're outside walking tornado driving, the perps have cars with covert devices. And I've explained before, whereas like you know that you push a button, it squirts a liquid on the windshield and wipes it. That only turn the other way, turn outside. So the poor can drive past a car like me, who's out walking on the sidewalk, drive past it, push a button, there's like drops of chemical toxin flying through there hitting you. Okay. And then if you don't notice it especially, it can be a delay effect, a lag. You come home and now like you absorb it and it's like outgassing, and you come home and now you start itching and have like red water eyes and itchy skin, for example. And they want to think it's direct engine weapons, the fake TS has been wanting to brainwash you that you're being attacked with. Okay, microwave assault will make you feel itchy and red water eyes and stuff, EMF weapons, direct engine weapons. So gang stalking is real, and it's not just psychological targeting, it's physical targeting. It's a modern global version of the perception program. And there's physical target tactics that are part of targeting. And Ted Gunderson, that blew the whistle, he was a government whistleblower, former head of Los Angeles FBI, who talked about gang stalking. He confirmed in a sworn affidavit the gang stalking is real. And he didn't say it's just psychological targeting. He said it's harassment, it's spying on people, and physical targeting, spraying with chemicals from the car, for example. And he was poisoned, food poisoned himself, see. So that's not a target tactic that he talked about. That he got sick, he got tested, he had like arsenic, some heavy metal toxins, and he worked with an molecular doctor. Somebody using supplements was part of it to get better. And he got better. Now eventually he died, okay. So that's the point. Real targeting is physical. So gang stalk is real, and gang stalk is not just psychological targeting, it's not just bullying, it's narcissistic, psychopathic use on steroids. So a bulk of the targeting experience is daily harassment, narcissistic abuse, psychological warfare, where they're working to make you feel harassed. People show up, climb markers who you are. They will do subtle things, weird things that you've been sensitized to notice. For example, with me, the skull thing, like the pirate flag, skull and crossbones, one of the symbols used in the targeting. And it's like a theme of the harassment, okay? Like, for example, they go to different themes. The point is you're supposed to be feeling harassed when out in public and at home without other people to notice it. You're supposed to look crazy when you talk about being harassed, okay? So I can explain one of the psychological targeting tactics that are used, narcissistic always abuse tactics. Okay, let's say I have the chat open now, and then a cyberstalk, so part of target is cyberstalk, where people come to my chat and harass me all the time. Okay, like my chat gets flooded a lot of times, people in there attacking me. So let's say one of these people come into my chat and write like, it's like, you better look behind your back, Mike. It's like, and they're doing something like that. Oh, there's one of these cyber stalkers that got sent here to tell me for the put online. And then their skull profile picture is like a pirate flag, skull and crossbones, okay? And then it's something that's like a subtle threat. It's like, oh, this person was communicating a threat that I'm gonna get hurt or something like this, or be taken out. I interpret it as a murder threat. And then it's like, the next day I go live, somebody else shows up, another account, it's like, Mike, you're in trouble, and then put like 3 skull emojis in the chat, okay? So now they're starting to use this skull as a theme in the targeting, okay? And they keep hitting with this. Be like, maybe after that I go out on the back and to have a smoke, okay? And it's like one of the people in the neighborhood I already know is a fly mic for the program. So as she walks out of her apartment complex, walks past my balcony, and they like stop to the trash can to throw something there, and they think so loud noise, and I look, and she's wearing a t-shirt with a skull and crossbones on it, and now it becomes like a theme. And next time I go to the supermarket, somebody with a baseball hat with a skull and crossbones on it, and it's like be subtle, so they can have flying monkeys wear a symbol that they're using as a theme in their harassment. Somebody like Matthias or Jack Smack or something like this. So somebody who's like a YouTuber who targets me, okay? A YouTuber who targets me can be like, Mike subscribe to this channel. They get recruited, or is already before that an agent, and be like, next live stream, use a skull pirate flag as your thumbnail. Because I'm subscribed to this, be like, oh, okay, I can know if this one is people that told me. And then if I play the video, there will be subtle things in the video, what they're saying and doing, that are also targeting me. So this is the narcissistic dog with abuse tactics as part of targeting, where they can target in different ways. And then I can tell I'm being harassed, but if I report it, it's intended to make me look crazy. Narcissists will target on the sly in front of others, and they're working to make you appear irrational. They could do dog. Mike is an angry, crazy, paranoid person because he's okay. Because I'm detecting real targeting. Okay, and yes, they can be false positives. Okay, they can be false positives, like red flags. So, for example, if the program uses the skull pirate flag as a harassment theme, and some of the flying monkeys get told to use to make you harassed. Maybe you have a friend on Facebook, and it's like they're posting frequently. Sooner or later, it might happen that they share something that is like Fox News, and it's like part of the thumbnail of what they're sharing is like a skull or something like this. And it can be a false positive. It's like you might go, maybe this person was gotten to recruited to be a flying monkey that started posting things to target me. And like a lot of times, like the first time, it's like, I don't know, give the benefit of the doubt for a while. But if they are a person working for the program, they will keep doing it. And over time, it's like they will prove to you that they are a flying monkey targeting you. Okay. So, and also it's the thing, with healing and strengthening, when I was suffering from like PTSD, CPTSD, and like having a lot more anxiety and stress in my life, they were more false positives. So part of PTSD, CPTSD is hypervigilance, and basically if you hypervigilize, the false positive rate will be higher. So as I've been healing and like improving my mental health and not being like locked into fight, flight, hypervigilization all the time, and having PTSD, CPTSD like I used to, the rate of false positives has decreased. Okay, because if you're like worked up all the time, it's more likely that you'd be like dating on it because somebody posts on social media that has been used as a narcissistic abuse tactic, like a harassment team. It could be anything. Like the program starts having the flying monkeys use the word banana around you, and as a visual symbol. And it could be like, well, banana means you're a gay person as gas sign because you're a Christian, and that's something that bothers you. And they use banana. And it could be like somebody on your social media will post a picture of themselves eating a banana first, like having lunch and eating a banana. And if you're being harassed with this, you might have like a win on it, okay? It could be your emotional response, okay? And then you have to like heal, and after time be like, well, is it impossible chance, and then engage critical rational thinking and get analytical and not just like get out of like the emotional response mode. So with healing, you'd be less reactive and not as, so by whatever, getting into more like talk about this is, I don't have to cover this too much. That's the point. Gang stalk is real. This stalk by the feds is part of the problem. I don't have to make every video she's a fake TI, but she's part of the problem. She's helping to cover up gang stalking. A limited hangout, control the narrative. It's like, yeah, the program knows that the truth is going to get out about gang stalking. There's too many people that have heard about it. There's too many people that have been involved. So sooner or later, like there's too many people that have been working for the program. There's too many people that have started believing gang stalking is real. So it's like we need to control the narrative and be like, well, it's gang stalking is harassment, period, and it's not a physical attack because that's too big of a thing. So. That's what I see. So this Stalked by the Feds Lisa with close to 300,000 followers on Instagram. It's like, I'm a gang stalk, part of the video, gang stalk is real. And how you like that, you pussies? You fucking piece of shit on YouTube, on my channel, my YouTube channel. It's like, Mark's crazy. because look, that is kind of part of like feel like I'm crazy is the lack of social proof. Where this is psychology now, where it's like Mike's crazy, nobody believes him, and because he's got so few viewers and nobody agreeing with him in the comments, it's like that just helps me to deny that he's being targeted, deny what he's saying. And I guess it gives you cognitive dissonance if I like show Stalked by the Feds Lisa, 300,000 followers. Gang stalk target video in America. Gang stalk is real, my target video. Okay, and then comment section like hundreds of people like I believe you. This is going on. Thanks for getting the word out. Okay, type comments. Now the problem is that she's part of the problem. So it's okay. Now this is one of these things where I can use her to get the word about gang stalking and correct her. Okay, you see, because she's part of the problem. So she's got 300,000 followers. Stalked by the Feds Lisa. So me making video Stalked by the Feds Lisa is wrong. And commenting her stuff can help to get the truth out about it, because she's not doing it. She's like getting the word out about gang stalking, but then part of the cover up of what gang stalking is. Okay, so gang stalking is, like I said, it's not just psychological targeting. It's not just that. Yes, narcissistic abuse, psychological warfare, that's part of the targeting. That's a big part of the targeting. Like the bulk of the daily targeting that you notice is going to be psychological targeting. But physical attacks is part of the targeting. Any real TI, that you get physically attacked. Meaning anything from being sprayed with chemicals by the program and other public, to the program doing covert entry, not just to mind screw you, but to contaminate your environment with poisons. They go inside your home and poison food, open your fridge, put poison and or drugs in your food. That's the real part for covert entry, not just for psychological targeting. So she made a video recently. It's like, they went inside my home, the program, okay, in my Airbnb, and they moved some object. This is just psychological targeting to make me feel harassed or something like this. She's helped to cover up the real truth on covert entry. Covert entry is used not just to make the target feel harassed, but to poison the target, to food poison them. Like if you live in an apartment like I do, you leave your home and you don't have a security system, which I've figured out how to set up a security system to stop the phone from inside. And that's one of the ways I've been valuable, warning other TS in my videos and teaching them, warning them that, hey, the program does his part of targeting, covert entry. And they're not just going inside to mess with you, they're going inside to poison you. And it's important that you stop them from going inside your home, and here's how to, okay? So I have a CCTV system, and I've been teaching other targets how to set that up. So the program will go inside targets home to covert entry, not just to make you feel messed with, but to poison your food. Covert food poisoning and or dragging, okay? They will contaminate your environment with chemicals, like the poisons, anything from mold toxins to chemical toxins to heavy metals. They work to contaminate your environment and or your food. They go inside to target you physically. So they can put a chemical irritant in your bed that when you lay down in bed, you start reacting to it, and they can keep you from falling asleep, and it's bad for your health. Food poisoning is part of targeting. They even get to people working in a store where the target frequently shops, and to put poisoned food items in the supermarket shelves. Food poisoning in stores can be part of targeting. If you order like a pizza home delivery, and especially with frequent, that incentivizes the program to get to this pizza where you as target video like once a week order home delivered food, to get to that pizza shop and be like, hey, this is the government, here's the drop about if this person makes an order, your job is to put a few drops of this on whatever their order is, okay? Or a delivery driver or something like this. So that's why I'm also being recommending certain things you can't do. You can't eat at restaurants, you can't order food, home delivery. Even as far as I've gone is ordering on smart, like ordering food, which means like potato chip bags sealed that gets shipped, okay, not something that's like somebody's cooking food for you. It's too easy to poison. There's an argument made that it's like a little bit too risky to do what I've done and order like food from online grocery stores where you're buying it and it comes like sealed like canned food and stuff. But it's like it's easy for them to poison that than if you go and shop in the flesh. But that's as far as I go. It's like ordering something edible over the internet, and it's like maybe beef jerky on Amazon, you understand? And it comes like in a sealed plastic bag from Amazon. Now it's not impossible to intercept it, but like open and reseal it and put some poison in there. So it's something that you don't want to do too much. Here's another little thing. You want to, I order a lot of stuff on Amazon Prime because it's faster from delivering on other sites. So that makes it harder for them to tamper with the stuff. Not impossible. I've had an Amazon pack tampered before. So I guess that's also covering up food, mail interception. And be like, oh yeah, just to mess with you or make it arrive late. No. The program has tampered with my stuff, where it's like I order rolling papers monthly, raw rolling papers on Amazon, like a 5-pack of raw rolling papers. So I handle more cigarettes, okay, for economical reasons. It's kind of expensive to buy. It's like $7 for 20 cigarettes. Then maybe if I handle them, it's like maybe $3 for 20. So that's the point. So I buy this natural Arabica gum rolling papers on Amazon, 5-pack, 10-pack, and it happened that after I got the pack, it's like the smallest pack that they have. It's like a flat, about this big Amazon pack. And as I picked it up, I've never seen a pack like that. I've been ordering from Amazon for a long time. And this is the first time one of these. So you learn, it's like they have this size, okay, this size. It's like this kind of like envelope, like A4, A5, whatever, a little bit A4 pack. I've never had it happen that it rises like that before. Like when I open the door and it's outside, get a text, we deliver it, okay, open it, and it's outside my door. And it's taped with like brown tape with like strands. It's like a brown tape with like threads in it, okay? So it's like re-taped, and it's never run like that before. And it's been like open and resealed. So they taped it again. And when I open it, the Ziploc bag with the raw papers in it, I can see it's smudged, okay? I mean, it's not clear. I've now ordered this like so many times, and it's never happened before. But as I open it, it's like, it looks smudged, like grease inside of it. And I open it smells like perfume, which I'm allergic to, okay? See? Physical attack. So just that, it's like now I'm having a physical allergic reaction, and the program knows I'm allergic to perfume, which means one of the ways to attack me physically is to spray perfume in the elevator. Like if I would book a cab, this happened before. Let's say it's my birthday or something, and I booked a cab like 3 days in advance for like Thursday at lunchtime, 12:00. The cab is gonna pick me up outside, okay? And at like 11:55, I leave my home, and then it sucks. I get inside the elevator. It smells like someone was just in there and like sprayed perfume in there, and I'm reacting to it strongly. So this is part of the physical target I get. And flying monkeys sometimes get told to spray themselves down with perfume and then get close. This one is physical target tactics. After many years of target, I got a health problem, like allergic to perfume. Another problem uses perfume as a chemical weapon to target me. Okay, meaning they tell the person to spray themselves down with perfume, and it's like if I'm shopping, they're like told to get next to me and pretend to like look at something, and it smells like a perfume shop, like extreme sometimes. And so whatever, that's all the target tactics. They use perfume, and I probably got that health problem from being poisoned by the proper chemical toxins. So something that can make you have multiple chemical sensitivity is being poisoned with chemicals for many years. And it's like the toxin bucket fill up and eventually get allergic perfume. Meaning somebody that works in a hair salon, for example, as a hairdresser, and like every day they're standing above somebody's head. There's like chemical perfume and scents, and they're spraying hairspray every day, having exposure to that, and washing people's hair with chemicals and dyeing with like the hair coloring. They like have daily chemical exposure. They're more likely to get multiple chemical sensitivity, meaning becoming allergic to perfume and other chemicals. Okay. Or someone who's targeted of the government and has been chemically food poisoned. They've been targeted with chemicals as a weapon by the target point for many years. So that's one of the health problems I got from many years of targeting. And not just from the stress, but being physically targeted. Where I've been sprayed with chemicals, food poison, the poison I covered entry put chemical toxins in my home, and things like this. So anyway, support. We're going to look at this Stalked by the Feds Lisa here, okay? And I'm live on Rumble Studio as well. So here, so this is Stalked by the Feds, is her Instagram. and I count her as a fake TI. And she's definitely part of the problem. Stalked by the feds, okay? She's got 292,000 followers. Stalked by the feds. So she claims to be a total video talk with gang stalking. But look how it's a cover-up is her angle, okay? Her angle is to a limited hangout. To be like, yeah, gang stalk is real, but it's just psychological targeting. That's her angle. Gang stalk is real, and she's working to minimize real targeting tactics. Cover up the truth about the targeting, because the truth on the targeting is the target does covert entry on TIs to poison the TI. They do covert entry, go inside the home to put poison, to poison food in your fridge, to contaminate the environment with contact chemicals, to hurt you physically, to poison you basically. So there's something, it's not just the only way it can be poisoned is to drink tea that they put arsenic in, okay? Like if you go to a cafe where somebody working as a waiter is an agent, and they get told like if this person comes to the cafe, use the drop of water, put a drop of something in a cup of tea. That's not the only way to be poisoned. There's contact chemicals and contact poisons, which means there are poisons where if you would put it here and I come home, and it's like 30 minutes ago somebody put something on my computer mouse, and I come home and I'm absorbing transdermals through the skin. And I'd be like, whoa, I feel dizzy and nauseous, something like this. See, there's drugs and poisons that you can be absorbing by touching a surface that has been contaminated with it. Okay, so that's part of the targeting. They can also spray a chemical on your floor that is odorless, and even if it dries up, it's still like outgassing in the room, and if you come in there, you'll be reacting to it, and you might not even be able to smell it. Okay, so what she's doing is covering up the truth about gang stalking. And she's like, TIA issues, cover up TIA issues, minimize them. It's like, yeah, gang stalking, covert entry. It's just to mind screw. It's just to make you feel harassed. No, the truth is they do that to poison target videos, to poison the food the target has in their fridge, or contaminate the environment with chemicals, or heavy metal dust, or mold spores, or whatever. There's so many toxins they can use to hurt the TI's health. So they do covert entry to attack the target physically, not just to make you feel harassed. This is also why I've been so valuable to target videos, because I've been warning TIs. It was many years I was a target video, and all I knew was that harassment and targeting. Like the first few years of the targeting, I was in the dark. I didn't know they were doing covert entry. And I was hurt because they were poisoning my food in my fridge when I was away. They do covert entry, they go inside, spray chemicals, poison my food intermittently, and I get this problem, multiple chemical sensitivity. I will also be sprayed sometimes out in public by these cars that Ted Ganser talked about, where they're spraying chemicals on it, things like this. So I've been teaching, first of all, warning other targets that are like in the same stage who didn't wake up to the fact that they're being targeted, that covert entry is something to be aware of, and how to stop it. So covert entry is something I've been warning other targets about. Like, here's something the problem we do to you. Because many years I was told I was just aware of like the harassment and other public pretty much. And it took a while to realize I'd been attacked physically and poisoned by the time I had symptoms and health problems from being targeted physically. I figured that out. So not only have I been warning, that's why I've been warning the real TIs out there, but I'm shadow banned, okay? And if I upload reels about the targeting, I get 0 views in like 12 hours on my Instagram reel, okay? Versus like people that are agents, they made sure that they get big, okay? I'm shadow banned on like pretty much all platforms. So now it's not impossible to work. Now here's the thing, it's a lot harder than you think. So here's a point than you might think. So okay. First of all, I've been teaching targets the truth, warning, covert entry is part of targeting. So the point will go inside your home in your way, not just to mess with you, okay, but to poison your food and or drag your food in the fridge, contaminate your environment with poison chemicals. Basically going there to poison you, okay, to hurt you, to do bad things. And then I've been teaching, so that's why I believe on itself, that you get warned and get the truth. Here's a targeting tactic that a lot of TIs don't know the first few years, and somebody has to tell them, hey, when you target portal inside your home, then on top of that, I've been teaching TIAs how to stop covert entry. So the covert entry denial awareness system. So how can a TIA protect themselves from covert entry? Well, budget security system. How I do it, you need an Android phone with access to Google Play Store, internet connection, download the timestamp camera app. So that's like legal level documentation, where it's a app you can download the Google Play Store, timestamp camera app, and it puts like a digital timestamp, real-time timestamp on the video. And what I do, okay, here's how I do, here's my security system. YouTube channel, StreamYard account, or Rumble account, all of which are free. It's free to make a YouTube channel. It's free to get a Rumble account. It's free to get a StreamYard account, okay? And part of my security system is my laptop here. So how I do that, I go live on Rumble, and I go live to Rumble and YouTube, like my XL Live CCTV, and I'm live streaming publicly inside my home. And the second part of it is an Android smartphone with a timestamp camera app, which means an app where you record video and it has a timestamp. So it's like, if this was a video, it'd be like 12, 48, 46, 47. So it's like real-time timestamp. It's like hard-coded burned into the footage. And that makes it hard for them to tamper with the footage, okay? So it's a live stream here, and I couldn't move it if I wanted to. But it's like here, over there, and audio video live streaming, which is like harder for them to tamper with. If it's like live, that makes it harder for them to tamper with, okay? And second part of it is a phone timestamp camera app, and I'm plugging in to a charger, and I have it on a phone stand, and I'm having a video recording the inside of my front door from the inside. It's like I'm gonna go, start, timestamp camera on the second phone, start recording, aim that inside of my front door. I leave, I come back, end the recording, and this is still live. So when I come in, it'll be live, then I just came back home. And then I can go to the footage. Okay, so let's say I was up for 1 hour. I have the phone, start a timestamp camera video recording, turn the phone to film the inside my front door. It's plugged into it with the charger, so that's run out of battery, okay? And then when I come home again, let's say 1 hour later, I come home, get the phone, end recording, and then I go scan to the footage. Okay, here's the beginning, I see myself. Oh, there's the front door opening, I see myself leaving, okay? And then, oh, here I come back to the elevator, and then back and forth, the door doesn't open in between. Simple, see? Because so, okay, nobody was inside, and I've been live at the same time. So that's a redundant system, it's optimal. When I used to have only a video recorder before, I would come home, and it happened. It's like some mysterious computer problem. Also, I had it happen once when I had a tablet, was the only thing I wasn't live streaming, and I would have like a tablet, Samsung tablet with a timestamp camera app. And from using it, not just for covert entry blocking purposes, meaning to make it hard for people to take inside my home when I'm away, but to limit the noise harassment. After I started documenting, like having all the video recording in my home, the noise harassment died down. Where before that it would be more like noise harassment, okay? And I think so. This. So, what's my point? Yeah. So after using it, allowed to have it like plugged in 24/7 and running 24/7 timestamp camera and video in my apartment, it burnt up the batteries. Like using your phone, having the phone screen on, an Android phone like 24/7 and running an app is like making your battery lose quality over time. Eventually was to a point where it's like if I would have it plugged in and pull out the charger cable, it would be like 5 minutes at best until like the battery is like depleted, because the battery is so low. Okay, meaning the battery quality has decayed over like intense use for a long time. So it was like, okay, if this tablet loses power for 5 minutes, the video recorder will turn off, okay? And it was plugged in. And I would leave like now, maybe once a week at most, just to go get some shopping done, okay? And the one day that I leave in a week to go shopping, okay, and I'm out for like 30 minutes or an hour or something like this, I come home, and it's like the tablet is turned off. And why? Because I told people that they try to get inside my home to cover and to poison my food and mess with my stuff. Okay, so it's like the one rare time, like once a week, that I go outside. Okay, for a short time, like an hour. I come home and there's like a slip inside of my home on the floor from the landlord. There was a power outage for approximately 5 minutes or something like this. So just long enough for my security system to go down on the one day in like a week that I go outside. As I told the video, I've been saying people want to get inside my home to poison me, and the landlord will be known a lot of times. I made videos like this. Very interesting. Okay, so I've learned a lot of these things hard way. So that this is why you want to have a redundant system. Okay, 1 is none, 2 is 1, 3 is key. Okay, so when I leave now, I have a live stream where I'm live streaming both to Rumble and YouTube, Microsoft Live CCTV, and a video recording, a dedicated documentation form. So I have a smartphone that's a dedicated documentation form for like starting a video recording as I leave my home inside my home. Okay, TI like covered empty block of the purposes. So live stream here on my laptop, and then a video recording. So that's 2. It'd be even better if I had 3, but it's like 2 works, okay? And if they go inside your home, it's not just to make you notice they've been inside to mess with you. This program is working to target physically. So what I see this Stalked by the Feds Lisa doing is cover up gang stalking. Well, the truth about the gang stalking. So they want to like control, the best way to control the opposition is leader ourselves, they say. So it's like, yeah, it's like limited hangout, gang stalking, the truth is getting out, so we need to control the narratives. Like have this person be the biggest voice about gang stalking, and she'll be like, yeah, gang stalking is real, but she's minimizing it. Yeah, it's just harassment, it's just mental games, it's just stalking and mental targeting, okay? When in reality, targets are food poisoned, sprayed with chemicals. They work to target you physically, okay? Real TIs like me and Chuck Langenberg. Chuck Langenberg, before he died after being targeted for many years, had videos about being attacked with chemical gases, where the poor would get like toxic fumes into his apartment, and he'll be like sick from that. Going eating in a restaurant and being like sick, like if it was food poison, as things like this, before he died, as told you, Chuck Langenberg. He was talking about being targeted physically. Ted Gunderson talked about being poisoned and sprayed with chemicals by cars. So the program has COVID devices that can spray toxic by cars. So I guess you want to, it's like I've been a copycat too. It's like copy what Mike has been doing. So I've been using the Reception Wikipedia article, Ted Gunderson and Chuck Langenberg to get the word out. It's like this program is like a model global reception program. And Ted Gunderson confirmed this sort of affidavit. And what was Ted Gunderson saying? That the program would spray targets with chemicals, physical targeting, and that he was food poisoned by the program. See? And the reception report said the targets was targeted physically by receiving purpose incorrect medical treatment. Like me going to a dentist, and the dentist acted like she was on a mission to poke a hole in my tooth, give me a tooth infection. And then the program had a dead rat outside the clinic because tooth infections can lead to death, heart attack, strokes. See, like a mental target, where it's like, that's the mental target. So after they have gotten to a dentist to poke a hole in my tooth when I go to dental appointment, then they leave a dead animal outside the clinic. So I'm supposed to be like, oh, it's some kind of mental target. Where it's like, yeah, we gave you something that we hope it will kill you from a heart attack and stroke, a tooth infection, and then a dead animal, some kind of message. Okay. Not so if you say it's just a mental target, notice how much worse that is. There's like targets successfully receive purpose in correct medical treatment. I book an appointment like 2 weeks from now, something for this at the dental office. I go there, the dentist has been talking about the program and told to poke a hole in my tooth, give me a tooth infection. And as I exit, it's like they left a dead animal there. So it will be like, if I was like, yeah, the program is targeted mentally. Like one time I went to the dentist and they left the dead animals at the clinic. Now notice how that's not the full story. It was like they did something to hurt me physically and then left a damaged animal outside of the clinic. So it's like mental exasperation of the physical injury. Okay. I mean, it's like rubbing in. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be dead like this dead animal here from this tooth infection we just gave you. See? So, gang stalking is real, and this Stalked by the Feds Lisa is working to cover up the truth about gang stalking. Notice how she's leaving out here. Gang stalking. This is not the truth. And she's covering up the truth about targeting. Because gang stalking is physical targeting. They target you physically. They poison targets, spray targets with chemicals. They do covert entry to contaminate the target's environment with toxins. So gang stalking equals chronic surveillance, intimidation, career, financial. And this is like maybe 50% of the targeting. And just like the psychological targeting. Now, see, so this is not the truth that gang stalking equals this. Gang stalking includes, but it's not limited to. That's not what this is called, okay? She didn't write gang stalking in targeting in tactics includes, but it's not limited to, and then this. Because notice how she's leaving out food poisoning, being sprayed with chemicals by perp cars sometimes when out in public. Covert entry where they probably sneak inside your home and poison food in your fridge. Okay, things like this. She leaves that out. So notice how this is like a cover-up where she's worked to control the narrative. That's what they're doing with her. It's like have her be the biggest one online, talk about this, and then have her do like a limited hangout where it's like covering up. It's like here, control the narrative. Gang stalking is this harassment, bullying, narcissistic abuse, and then conveniently leaving out the very real physical target attacks upon us. Food poisoning, cancer spray, things like this. Here, and now she's doing a cover up where here she's doing a cover up, okay?
I'm staying in an Airbnb because I had to come home to get some testing done, like an MRI and a CT and some labs and stuff like that, medical stuff that I couldn't get in Mexico. So I came home for 2 days, and while I've been here, I haven't showered because it's only been 2 days, but I just took my first shower here, and I went in my suitcase to get my flat iron out of the suitcase.
What she's doing here is covering up covert entry, the truth of covert entry. It's like, it's just to mess with you mentally, when in reality, what they would have done to real TI is go in here and then release maybe some mold toxins, some like mold spore. You know how like some people have black mold go in the basement, and it's like microscopic dust that will make you sick if you inhale it and give you like inflammation and things like this. So like what they really will do is like go inside your home and then maybe put some mold spores in here. So when the target goes starts digging through the stuff, they're like itching and get red watery eyes, and this health will suffer. And if they keep doing that over and over again, eventually the target will be super sick. And it's just to mess with it. She's covering it up. Toxic is toxic. So even if I would be wrong to be like, yeah, my intuition is that she's a paid fake working for the program, okay? What she's doing, she's part of the problem no matter what. Meaning she's covering up the truth about gang stalking no matter what. If she's paid to or as a youth for either, it doesn't matter. She's part of the problem. Because she's like, here's what gang stalk is. And then leaving out the physical targeting, which like minimizing it. Which she helps to cover up the truth about targeting. Because the true gang stalking is a physical assault and psychological. It's a persecution part where she target the target both physically and psychologically. And she's like, well, gang stalking is psychological targeting, see? So that's a cover-up. Because she's like, here's what gang stalking is. And she's like, oh, it's bullying, this psychological targeting. And leaving out super serious part of the targeting, the real TS have happened to, like being poisoned, attacked physically, and having covert entry done on you to contaminate the environment with toxins to make you sick.
It was not in my suitcase. Like I said, I have not taken a shower here. So there was no reason for it to be out of the suitcase, but it was not in my suitcase. It was over here. The gang stalkers took it and put it on.
Yeah, and what they would really do to Tia, they could also smudge something on that hand in there, a contact poison, contact chemical, like fentanyl on that handle. And if you touch it, you absorb it through your skin, and then it will have an effect on it. Or some other chemical toxin. There's like you put it on a surface or like a light button, If you touch it with your naked skin, you absorb it through your skin and will affect you.
Underneath the sink.
So there's something called contact poisons, which means if you touch it, you'll be poisoned by it. Contact drugs and contact poisons. So there are things that if you touch it, it can make you sick. There's poisons that if you put it on the surface and the person touches it, it will affect you. It gets into your bloodstream.
It's just an intimidation.
It's just, notice how she's covering up the truth on covert entry. So the truth on the TI, the truth on the gang stalking covert entry tactic is that they do that not only to mess you psychologically, they do that to poison your food in your fridge, to put something toxic in your food in your fridge, or to contaminate your environment, basically to poison you, to distribute toxins in your environment, put in your food, spray some chemical irritant in your bedding. That's an odorless chemical, but it's toxic. And then when you come home, you'll be reacting to it. It will hurt your health. And if you do this to somebody for many years, eventually you get allergic, you get multiple chemical sensitivity. Another point can use like perfume to target you physically as a selective toxin.
Let me know that they have been here. They have been.
After I got targeted by the program for many years and poison and everything else, I got multiple chemical sensitivities. I get allergic to chemicals, perfume and other stuff. And now the program uses, they tell the flying monkeys, they attack me physically. I've had it happen in here, where there's somebody that's like a proxy, a flying monkey. It could be like something like a plumber or whatever. I'm not getting against specifics. But it's like, let's say I got a landlord contractor, like a plumber, or somebody's gonna be here for some reason. And it's like they come here, smell like a perfume shop. Like they just spray like the outside of the clothes down with perfume before they got here. And that would like very much affect me. But the person is like just one day having a lot of perfume on themselves. And they're not multiple chemical sensitive. So that's part of targeting. After programs targeting me with chemicals and attacking me physically for many years on top of the psychological targeting, now they tell flying monkeys to spray themselves down with perfume and things like this. So I'll be affected by it. And it's not just discomfortable, it causes inflammation. So it's bad for your health. So, and you better believe, you little fucking pussy, disgusting piece of shit, wash these little scared pussies. Yeah, I'm gonna get the word out about this. I'm a real TI. I'm gonna get the word. It's not gonna be like Chuck Langenberg. Chuck Langenberg was at a talk show, and then they murdered him and shut down his talk show. I've been on Rumble, TikTok, Instagram. I have 6 Rumble accounts where I'm uploading videos about gang stalking. Okay, videos like this. Okay, so it's not gonna be like if they take me out, it's like all my videos are gone. If they can shut down my YouTube channel after I die or something like this, because it's Rumble, it's YouTube, it's BitChute, it's TikTok, it's Instagram, it's Facebook posts. Okay, so unless it gets to a point where it's like North Korea, where it's like the government just deletes everybody who said okay, it's like unless it gets to that point, it's like my information is gonna live on. And I know it's like every time I make videos like this, I have like 12 unlikes on videos stuff like this, because this little gang stalking pieces of shit, people that work for the program, like Jack, Smack, Matthias, people that are on the inside of this, people that participate in this murder program, working to target me physically, that are watching the videos, and it's like, Mike is bad, okay? And then also, it's like people that are cyber stalkers, that have been told by the hand to subscribe to my channel and be ready to like show up and harass me in the channel, things like this, which one I'm targeting. It's like Mike is getting the word out about gang stalking, and they're a gang stalker, work for the program. So their job is to be like attack what I'm saying, these thumbs up, hate the comments. I don't give a shit, okay? I'm not gonna give up. I keep doing this. Unlike a lot of people, I don't like, I'm like a weak person. I've been using alchemy. This is also a copycat, which has been working to copy what I've been doing. Where it's like, look at my body. It's a testament to how it's possible to not be destroyed by the targeting. And then I'm in better shape than most of the 5-year-olds that are not targeted and have never been targeted. So it's like, that is proof in the pudding. So other TIs can be like, well, yeah, the guy doesn't look like weak and sick. Yeah, here's why. You need to take your vitamins. Here's how to protect yourself. Make it harder for component to poison you physically. Here's how to make yourself less affected by the psychological and physical target tactics. Here's some crucial things you have to do. to make it hard for them to attack your body this and that way. And here's how to make you less affected by this physical target attack and this one. So, and then on top of that, I also glorify God, because the reason I know these things is because I've been a Christian and I've been praying to God for help. Where it's like, God, I pray you help me to like, I got some health problem from the targeting, and I pray to God. And later on, I find the truth, like mega dosing vitamins can really help you. So I credit the practical solution that I found with being a Christian has been praying to God. Okay, so Jack Smack worked for this program. Jack Smack is one of these Christian gangsters. He worked for this program. Matthias, another one. Many Christian ministries has been targeting for this program, and I guess they don't. It might be hard to accept the truth about what they've been part of. There's like, it's just some bullying. It's just like light stuff like pick or something. No, this is a persecution program that targets you with psychological targeting and physically, where they attack your body. And my body's not just made in the image of God, it's a temple of the Holy Ghost. Okay, so our persecutors done me. All these IGs that are persecutors. So, it's not going to be fun for you, Andy Woods, to the Bible Church, Brennan Holt House. You've been working for a program that's been working to attack my body and poison me and attack me physically, try to make me have an accident, get to a dentist ahead of my appointment, get it to poke a hole at this, give me a tooth infection, which can lead to brain damage, heart attacks, and strokes. Okay, I've been shot in the leg with a heart attack gun or something else. Something that I got shot in the leg with one of these more than 3 years ago, and I still have permanent damage and numb spot on my leg from that. That's what we've been working for. That's what we've been working for. It's like, we're just bullying and people, we're working for this group effort, this war effort. Where it's like, it's working to attack a person till they die from the targeting. And the targets start with psychological harassment daily and being poisoned and attacked physically until they die from the targeting. And you've been helping this. It's like doing your part to be like attacking the person physically. And then I understand what people like Jackson want to go like, it's just bullying and harassment, and it's like, okay, yeah, but you'll be treated by God as if you're guilty of what you're guilty of, not what you tell yourself about what you're guilty of. It's like, I'm in a stalking murder cult. It's like we work to target somebody different ways, and it's like we think it's for the greater good, and it's just like psychological stuff. But in reality, part of the program work to target a person until they die from the target. You're part of the murder program. So anyway, support. Gang stalking is real, and notice how I know you're gonna whine at bitches and be like, oh Mike, you're a hypocrite, you're crazy talking. No, it's like nothing that I say, you don't have to be a believer to accept the targeting. So I credit God. Okay, I'm a Christian being targeted with this, and I credit not myself. See, meaning instead like because I'm so smart and tough, that's why I know I can be helpful to you. Okay, no, it's I'm a person that can teach other TIs. Here's how to be less hurt by the targeting. Take your vitamins, wear protective clothing. Here's how to set up a security system to protect yourself from the problem of covert entry on and poison your home, and all this stuff. I credit God because I've been a Christian and I've been praying to God through this persecution for help and praying like, God, I pray help me to be less targeted. Like as I had some problem from the target health problem, I prayed to God to help me heal. And then I discovered truth that is like real truth. Okay, like there's not a lot of people that have found Tom Lee or Andrew Saul videos online, but I end up finding these videos. Okay, and I learned it's like here's what supplements can do for you. Okay, and I apply it, and then it's like, whoa, okay, I'm not as affected by the targeting. So you better believe that it's like, good luck. Okay, good luck.
Been in my Airbnb, they have been in my room.
There's a secret society connection to this program too. So one of the things after I moved to the city, a secret society member's wife talked to me on the phone and said, like, yeah, good luck. How you liking the new city? It's not too bad. Good luck. Okay. Because I had looked at a website before that about the secret society connection to gang stalking. And the person that wrote the blog was like, they will tell you good luck. They told me good luck, the secret society, Mason, grandfather, or something for this. So it's like, okay, it looks like she's also copying me. Have a good, happy, healthy life. So part of what this person is doing is to be like a counterfeit, like a copycat, where it's like copy parts of Mike, who's a real TI's story, talk about the same things you talk about, bring up Ted Gunderson, but don't bring up the physical target that Ted Gunderson, Mike SAHA talks about. There's perception involved physical target. It's like copy what Mike does as a real TI, and we work to keep him from reaching a lot of people, and we make you reach a lot of people. Okay. So here she's covering up a target tactic, which is what? The program inside your home and poisoning your food, distributing toxins in your environment to hurt your physical.
In, put my stuff in a different place and left it there. They didn't want it. They didn't steal it. It wasn't because they wanted to take it and use it for themselves. It was strictly a mind game, which is what stalking is.
See, notice how that's a cover-up. See? So most of the TIs work to discredit TI issues. Like Scott Snitzer, when he was still active online. It'd be like, part of the target is same time to exit by neighbors. I mean, if you saw the video, people in your neighborhood and apartment complex, not every person, but like at least one person in the same apartment complex, and most likely on the same floor, maybe somebody. And don't be surprised if you have like two people that are neighbors in the same apartment complex. Say you have like 3 floors. It's like 1, 2, 3, you live on the 3rd floor. There's gonna be one person on the same apartment, like same floor, one on the second one. Most likely like one on each floor gonna be an agent. Okay, they have. And one of the target tactics the targets will get, that Chuck Langford talked about, real TI, and me, real TI, is called same time to exit. So one of the psychological target tactics that neighbors are in on the targeting, or people in the neighborhood or apartment complex neighbors will do, is to, when you leave, it's like the neighbor leaves at the same time, like a Truman Show. It's like every time you go outside, you're like, there, okay. See, so that's one of the target tactics, psychological target tactics, same time to exit. So when you exit, it's like, oh, I run into that same neighbor again, what are the chances? And it's like, next time we go outside too, it's like in the afternoon, oh, he ends up like entering the apartment complex just as I'm exiting. That neighbor that sometimes also has a t-shirt with a visual harassment team the program has been doing on it for a long time, or something else, like the program has been using coughing 3 times as a sudden harassment cue. I'm not joking, this part knows his always these tactics, but they can start doing anything that you will notice after a while and be like, here's a tactic they used to harass me. Now they can have a stranger, first time that they show up in the supermarket, being a fine market target, do the thing and you will feel harassed, okay? So just the presence of a person that you already know is an agent will make you feel stalked and harassed. Just this person showing up where you are is enough to make you feel harassed. If there's someone that you know from before, that this is a fly monkey work for the program, they get sent to appear where I am to make you feel harassed. Their mere presence will make you feel harassed, okay? Hence gang stalking, this is part of it. Stalking, see? People show up where you are because you're there to make you feel bad. And that's part of it, okay? Now, they can also have things where they, narcissist dog abuse tactics, where they use narcissist dog abuse tactics, sensitization themes, where they work to sensitize to an auditory and or visual stimuli, and then repeated exposure to this is used to harass you. And it's narcissist dog abuse tactics, because if I record it, it's like somebody comes in here and writes like 3 skulls in the chat, and I'd be like, if I had a talk about this especially, I'd be like, yeah, I had one of these cyber stalks work for the program online targeting me. And people got this guy, Mike's paranoid. He saw somebody leave 3 emojis and he thinks they're a government agent. He's crazy, see? So it's like plausible, deniable, and intended to make me sound crazy when I talk about it. Because, so basically, here's the point. For example, it could be like somebody who's a neighbor, and you leave, and then it's like you notice how a lot of times you leave, this person end up leaving at the same time, or as you exit an apartment complex, they're entering. So you end up running into this person more frequently than what is attributable to like above statistical probability, frequency occurrence of encountering this person. Meaning a rational person like this can't be chance, but they will tell you that you're crazy and paranoid when talking about it. When you would have to be crazy and in denial to be like nothing's happening, to attribute things to chance. That it's like if I would flip a coin, go to a website, flipacoin.com, and I get 100 tails in a row, I'd be like, this is rigged. That would be more sane of a response. In response to that experience, if you go, this can't be just chance. I flipped it, I click, and it's 100 tails in a row. I think that this is rigged. This is some kind of intelligent design behind this. Somebody is like, this is a scam, but like trolling you, or it's like hacking, something going on here. It's like, what are the chances that I'll get 100 tests in a row? So a sane person would not attribute that to chance. It's just chance I got 100 in a row. Especially now if you go now with that particular coin, it's like a lot of times you get like 10 of the same in a row, and like over time. You'd be like, oh, it's just chance. Now that's crazy. Whereas a person who's not mentally ill will be able to detect above statistical probability frequencies, whatever occurrences. Okay, so it'd be like, it can't be chance. The last month, 9 out of 10 times I leave my home, this neighbor arrives where I am and I encounter them, and I leave very rarely. And sometimes it's like Monday morning. I don't have a schedule. It's not like you leave Monday morning, Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. to catch the 8:05 bus in the city, and it's like that person walks past your neighbor. You can say, well, maybe he's going to school, and it's like the early morning people are going to work at school, okay, and maybe he's going to a certain place, he's got an appointment. No, it's like you don't have a job, you're on disability, and sometimes you leave at like 9 in the morning because you ran out of cigarettes, stuff like this, and you need to, before going to bed, you've been up all night, stuff like this, you're going to buy cigarettes. And then as you're leaving, he leaves at the same time. And next time, it's maybe 2 weeks later you exit your apartment. And it's in Sunday afternoon, okay? That's at a random time. And then once again, you go to the corner store to buy something, and he walks into the corner store. So it's like, it can be a stretch of time. It's like 9 or 10 times you leave your home, you run into this neighbor. And it's like, you don't leave on a schedule. So that's called same time into exit, which is a real target tactic, where people in the neighborhood will be working for the program, flying monkeys. There are agents for this program, and one of the target tactics they will do, psychological target tactics, is called same time into exit. Where it's like you leave and your neighbor leaves at the same time. Or they hang out somewhere on call and they get told to come home. They could be like wait around the corner, drinking coffee with their hand in the phone. They'd be like, okay, now turn the corner. It's like, oh, I ran into this person. They could be like around the corner, standing there like a bum all day, and they're like waiting for you. Do you understand? It's like this is because they're spying on you. They can time and synchronize things. Okay, so they can have like your neighbor hang out with another person in the neighborhood, and but then be on call with his shoes on, be like ready to go outside. They're like, okay, now, and then he gets told to go home. And it's because I was just getting ready to leave my home, and like tying up trash bags and things like that. So, meaning they can hear. Okay, like there's another topic. Like, do they have like secret cameras in the home? A lot of times they don't need to because they can remotely access your phone and computer. So if you have an electronic device in the home, they can access your device, microphone, and camera, so they can hear what you're doing in the home. And that's not like the crazy talk TS would be like cover up that TA. It should be like, oh yeah, there are satellites are reading your mind and looking through your eyes. That's how they know what you're doing in your home. Because part like the wake up stage, confusion stage, I told you, it's like I can tell I'm stalked, and it's like now the stalking is like the flying monkeys are not in the supermarket. Sometimes like reference something I was recently doing in my home. It could be in a confusion stage where it's like, what's going on? And then they will have all this fake TS, like, yeah, here's how the program knows what you're doing in your home. They have the satellites are reading your mind remotely, or an end, they're monitoring your mind, see, and they look into your eyes, and that's how they know. So it's like both to cover up gang stalking real issues, like targets are spied on in the homes, and information from spying on the target is used to tailor-make custom harassment skits in public. Where flying monkeys will get sent to go where you are, they can use a certain word that is, or they can say something that's like referencing something you said on the phone less than an hour ago, and then that will make you feel harassed. So those are narcissistic double these tactics, where they can target you, but other people in the same supermarket, they can't tell you're being harassed. And if you go like, yeah, I just want these terms, you look terrible, okay, to a lot of people, but you can tell. So this is, notice how it's narcissistic abuse on steroids on a government level. So the smear campaign is government level. The recruitment of flying monkeys is government level, because they can pay people hourly to be a flying monkey, okay? The gas fund is government level, okay? The same people like ran Guantanamo Bay and the CIA that has manuals on how to break someone psychologically, the same people are working to break it down psychologically and totally physically, with the access to all this like exotic toxins like Novichok and things like this, and spy gadgets. The same government is spies by phone. So that's the point. What this doing is covering up gang stalking. And gang stalking tactic same time to exit, when neighbors will be leaving, basically your neighbor is a fucking agent. He gets sent by his handler to leave his home when you leave. So you end up running into the same neighbor over and over again, and just to make you feel harassed. And there's also going to be other things, but this neighbor can be the guy who's got a spare key to your apartment, and he might also be sent to do covert entry in your home and spray some chemical, poison your food or something like this on your way. But it's like the punches you don't see coming hurt you the most. So it's like I was more affected by the target in certain ways and got health problems from being poisoned because I didn't know I was being poisoned covertly. See? Which is why I'm so glad about warning ideas about that. They will do covert entry on you, and not just to make you feel harassed. They will poison food. They will contaminate the environment with chemicals and things like this. So here's the point. Notice how she's covering up the gang stalking. So I was wondering what her angle was for a while. So most fake TIs I've been dealing with, like Scott Snakes and Cat and Hall and so on and so forth, they are crazy talkers. So they will discredit TI issues. They'd be like, yeah, TI issue covert entry. And then Scott said, like, yeah, it's the technology. It's the satellites hijacking your neighbor's brains and making them live at the same time as having a covert entry. And no, the same time to exit. And also it's like discredit this real TI issue the target's experience. Neighbors same time to exit. See? With some crazy, unearthly crazy talk. Satellites are controlling your neighbors or something like this. See? Now what she's doing is similar, only it's not to describe crazy talk. She's a limited hangout agent. So she's working to be like, talk about TI issues and then downplay them to cover up how bad it is. Like the real truth on covert entry by the program go inside the target's home, is to poison food in your fridge, okay? To open your fridge, put a little bit of some kind of chemical in your body and close it. Do you understand? Or spray a chemical toxin in the environment, or spread some dust or some powder that's toxic, and you come home and reacting to it. And if you keep doing this to you over the years, eventually you have multiple chemical sensitivity or some other health problem. Okay. Now she's doing her angle is minimize to cover up. Like, yeah, covert entry, TI issue. Yeah, covert entry happens to TIs, just to mess with you psychologically. See? So like leave me hang out. Rather like, no, here's the truth from covert entry. It's not just to target psychologically. Once they do it in a way you notice it, they've already poisoned several times. Because when they wanted to poison you and things like this, it behooves them that you don't know that they've been inside. So if and when they start doing it, or they let you know they've been inside, it's like that I know I don't remember that they ever did that to me, where it's like they let me know they had been inside. Okay? So all the years of talking and they had been covert entry. I don't remember any time where it's like I come home and it's like for example, like a pencil on my pillow. And it's like, I know I never had a pencil on my pillow. Somebody's been inside and put that object there to make me be like somebody's been inside to mess with me. That, I don't remember that ever happening. It's, I had to figure out myself, because the probably wants to be able to sneak inside my home to poison my stuff, maybe like sabotage my documentation stuff. Do you understand? Maybe I've been like documented with a camera, police interactions, because the police has been harassing me for the program. This is a government program. And it's like you go inside, like get the SD card or something like this, and maybe you come home and say, where's my SD card? Oh, maybe I like forgot it somewhere. Do you understand? Like with me, the target has been not wanting me to know that they've been inside my home, and I had to find Chuck Langerton and Ted Garrison and do my research and be like, oh, okay. That I put two and two together and realize that it's like, why sometimes I come home and it's something like as if I'm reacting to something, or lay down in bed and I start itching, and then like in hindsight after a real test, like, hey, they were sleeping inside the home and poison stuff, then it's like, oh, it's happened. I come home, lay down on my couch and start itching or something like this. See, it's like put two and two together, because if you know that they're going inside the home and the truth on why they do to poison it, things like this, that is not conducive then be able to keep doing it too. Because with intense motivation, like a survival threat, knowing that this is something that is done to attack you physically, and if it keeps happening, you're more likely to get a serious health problem from the poisoning. Okay, and one time they could do it in a way where they have a code enough dose where you die. Okay, so that's that a person with even like a sub-mediocre, like a sub-average IQ is gonna, with the intense motivation, figure out a way to make it hard for them to go inside the hole. Okay. So here's a point. she's covering up the gang stalking. So this agent stopped by the feds. I kind of say agent. Okay, notice I've been out here streaming for years, Instagram everywhere, and it's like I get like 0 views, 0 views, 0 views. I upload a reel on Instagram, 0 views, 0 views, 0 views. Okay, but this like the fake theater that make her big, because this gonna be a counterintelligence agent. Okay, so anyway, that's the point. She's doing a limited hangout cover up, which be like if Alex Jones is a fake truther, and it's like there's some kind of a conspiracy. Let's say it's like the government. There's a conspiracy where the CIA has been putting LSD in the water supply, something like this, to experiment on the population. Okay, Alex Jones will be like, oh yeah, so the government has been putting fluoride in the water supply. Okay, but it's like fluoride is not LSD. Okay, and it's like, do you understand? Like that's not even a good example. But like, let's say the government had been putting something toxic in the water. Okay, they have been putting like arsenic in the water. It's like trace amounts. Okay, and that's the truth. And then people started getting the word about like the government is putting arsenic in the city water supply. And then Alex Jones will be a limited hang on and be like, yeah, so the government has been bad. They are responsible for arsenic water supply because there was an accidental leak from a water plant somewhere, and it's the government's fault that it's leaked into the environment. So it's the government's fault there's arsenic in the water supply, but the government is not as bad as these people tell that they've been purposely putting it in the water, has been told. Do you understand? It's like a limited hangout. Be like, the truth about this is getting out. It's gone. It's too late. Too many people have heard about this. So it's like, we don't want people to see how bad it is. So it's like covering up. And especially if other Christians, they have half their conscience, know the truth. Like this program, they know this. Like they've been told to like put different trigger words into the videos and stuff. If they realize like, oh, I've been working for a program that's been working to attack a Christian brother's body and his loved ones and poison him and try to murder him, make him accidents to this. That's really bad. And it's like they might like whistle about it. Okay. So it's like there's too many people that have been part of the conspiracy, there's too many people that have heard about it. So what I see now is that like it's getting to the point where they know that this is gonna get exposed. They know that it's like they're not gonna keep this like covered up forever and super fringe. So they want to control the narrative, and it's like downplay the how serious the content is. So here's the point. What she's doing is covering up. The target tag is what? Covert entries used to poison TIs. It's like, this is just, notice that. So her angle is to minimize it. It's like, it's narcissistic abuse, whereas I will tell you, gang stalking includes narcissistic abuse. That's a bulk of it. But here's another thing: you need to have TIA PPE gear, because in my experience, and Ted Gunderson, what he talked about, is when you're out in public, the people can spray chemicals on it. They can have cars with a like secret device in the grill where they like spray drops of chemical toxin on outside walking your car. So you need to like cover up or wear clothes to make it harder for them to get like liquid toxins directly on your skin. Here's another thing: the problem goes inside your home and poison your food. So you need to have a security system to make it harder for them at least to sneak inside the home. This called covert entry. If not, they go and they spray chemicals, put dusts, toxins in your environment, and that's bad for you. So this would be like, oh yeah, you do covert entry on it. But that's just to mentally harass you. And it's like gang stalking is this, and it's leaving out the truth. It's like it's harassment, narcissistic abuse, and it's like not food poisoning, chem sprays, making the target have accidents, okay? Murdering the target, make it look like suicide. That's another thing she did after I followed her, that wishes looking to cover up. Because one of the ways the program has murdered targets in the years before is to murder and make it look like a suicide, like with Epstein. They get a target in a psych ward, and then people in the psych ward murder the TI, and then be like, oh, the target committed suicide in the psych ward, like Epstein. That's one of the fake ways for the deep state to murder people. So she did a cover up for that too, where I'd be like, the program has murder targets before and make it look like suicide. And I've talked about, hey, if I go to a psych ward or prison and they tell you that I committed suicide in there, that means they murdered me. I'm not suicide, I will never hurt myself, which is the truth. Okay. And she makes a video, oh yeah, the gang stalker program has blood on the hand. Notice how it's once again the same tactic, minimizing it. The program has cut my mother in the foot. After to the Bible church and Christian ministry I was listening to, that were work for the program, were communicating veiled threats against my mother. So that was one of the psychological warfare themes for many years. We're going to hurt your mother, make her bleed as a sacrifice, blood sacrifice, a satanic blood sacrifice. And on top of that, and you want us to do it. So it's okay. And I don't want to do it. You want us to do it. This is one of the psychological warfare tactics that they used to me for many years. They've also attacked my loved ones. They gathered my loved ones, attacked them right away physically. So one of the ways that they've gotten ministries, like I subscribe to Do the Bible Church, one of these churches that taught me. And it's like they start doing the Narcissist dollars of these tactics. Where it's like they start communicating a threat for the program. They were using it as a semen like, I'm going to make your mother bleed, satanic blood sacrifice. I'm going to make you bleed, satanic blood sacrifice, hurt your mother. And then she goes on a vacation to Beauty Salon. And she's like, oh, I had an accident happen. The person in the beauty salon slipped with the scalpel, cut me in the foot, and I started bleeding. And that can lead to amputations in diabetics or even be fatal foot wounds. After the program has been threatening me for a long time, we're going to make your mother bleed, make her hurt. And I'm like, yeah, the program is threatening me, going to make my mother bleed and hurt. See? And this is something we got Christian ministries to communicate these veiled threats by like working on different things. So they can get a message across to you. Because if I tell you today, I'm going to fucking murder your mother, okay? And then I go like this, okay? I'm not threatening, I'm showing you how it's done. Like, I'm going to murder your mother, make her bleed like a goddamn Q-tip, okay? And then tomorrow, you watch a video from Do the Bible Church, and they're a gang stalking church. And they'd be like, oh yeah, so, haha, okay, in the middle, they're working like a joke. To be like, yeah, so, some Christians, they got wax in their ears, they need to get a Q-tip one of these days. They'd be like, oh, they're relaying this subtle threat that one of these days they're gonna murder my mother. See? It can be that subtle, especially if it's a theme. It's like they keep doing this to be like, somebody's gonna die, and they write like Q-tip emojis in the chat. And eventually, it's like all they gotta do is have time out to talk about Q-tips, you'll be reminded like, oh, they're threatening they're gonna murder me or a loved one. See? This is how subtle and sophisticated it can be. So that's the type of targeting that I got it from the Bible Church. So after threatening they're going to make my mother bleed for many years via Christian ministries out of fire markets. And they might sell it to them as well. The reason we're getting you to like work this in, shoehorn in these words in your sermons is because there's a person out there who's crazy and believes something, and is to keep them from believing something crazy. Because I fully greater good. When in reality, what we put up to do is to communicate veiled satanic threats. So that's the point. So she's covering up things like this to be like, oh yeah, one thing they can't do is sabotage my relationship with my mother. Well, with me, they've hurt my mother in ways that could have been fatal for her. Okay, because that's somebody that I've had a good relationship with throughout all the years of me. And she's a Christian to a child of God. So good luck, guys. Hands that shed innocent blood. Okay, they lurk people for their own life. You don't know what God's going to do to you. I'm not surprised you have brain tumors over there in the Bible Church. The whole head is sick, Dennis Rock said. The whole head is sick. Same time period when I started, and I was really hurt back then when I was weaker, and like a stray sheep subscribed to different churches. And these churches start talking with psychology. I remember like that season in my old apartment, when they would start with this like mother sacrifice threat theme, and then pastors do the Bible and Raphael God ministries I subscribe to start talking to me. It's like the whole head is sick, the Christian slow bellies. Okay, yeah, the whole head is sick. Yeah, the whole head is sick. Okay, hands that shed innocent blood. Okay, and come casting the Lord among us. Let us all have one purse. Okay. So yeah, okay, whatever. It's like you can make believe everything and be like, no, God, we're not guilty of that. So we're not going to be dealt with by God since we're guilty of that. And then Tom Segal gets sick, and you have brain tumors, and you have maybe flooding next or lightning hit your church, or mold growth in the basement, and you have to evacuate, or you get sick. And you can stay in denial and be like, this is not because Mike has been telling us the truth about how wicked you are, and showing verses about if you as a Christian pastor do this, you can expect physical effects, okay? Because of sins, many of you are sick in some sleep, okay? This is sin unto death, Okay, if there's anything that I would do if I want to get sin unto death, it's work for the satanic secret psychopaths, serve a program working to target a Christian until they die. To be like work to murder other Christians for the psychopaths that control from behind the scenes. Work for a program work to murder a Christian brother. If there's anything they give you a sin unto death, it'd be like that's it. If there's like fast track, if I want a God to give me sin unto death as a Christian, it'd be like helping the satanic psychopaths murder another Christian. Okay. So anyway, support. So this is there's different things that I've seen that have happened for really my time, like loved ones being tortured, being poisoned, and I can tell that she's talking about the same tactics, and then the cover up is like minimizing it. It's like giving the they won't target loved ones. Okay, they won't target loved ones on the target. Yeah, they do covert entry, but not to poison you. It's just to make you feel harassed. Okay, and it's like mail tampering, which when I've got a mail tampering, it's been food poisoning. It's like either something I rely on to protect my body, like taking vitamins. Vitamin C is one of these vitamins I made sure I'm not deficient in. Ordering from bulk powders, kilos of vitamin C powder, okay, for like more than a month. And it's like that's something that I've really been relying on to protect myself, like taking supplements so I make sure I'm not deficient in vitamins, stress with depleted by vitamins. Okay, so that's the point. And it's like here's something that we know that Mike is like relying on to protect himself from the physical and psychological targeting. All these different supplements, calming supplements, and the anti-toxic supplements, the anti-inflammatory supplements he takes. Toxins give you inflammation. Okay, so I get a bulk powders box, open it, and it's like they've broken the bag inside of it. So notice how it's intended to hurt me physically. It's not just tampering with it and leaving a note, fuck you, or something like this to make me feel harassed. It's breaking the bag so the vitamin C powder is, it's like I'll be dumb to use it after that. Because if they made holes in it and there's white powder in the box at the bottom of it, if I scoop it up, who knows if there's some powder they added in there too. Or like sprayed some chemical in there that the powder has been absorbed and something like this. So here's the point. When I got nail tampering from Amazon, they had put perfume at the very least, okay? And it could be like, well, the perfume is like the cover too. So if I react physically to it, like, I'm supposed to think, oh, it's just perfume. But it could be something worse than perfume. It could be Roundup or herbicide or something else in there. And it's like the perfume is the fast smoking gun. It's like, oh, he'll think it's just perfume we put in there when it's reacting to it. And he won't be treating as seriously, like decon, his environment decontaminate procedures and things. So, but here's the point. When they've done mail tampering to me, it's been to hurt me physically. Either by putting some toxin in the box, okay, like opening the mail and spraying perfume in there, or putting something else in there, so I'll be physically affected by it, or by sabotaging something that I'm taking, like a vitamin, to be healthy despite being tolerant. See? And she's like, oh yeah, mail tampering is part of targeting. And also that's her angle, okay? That's like reference real targeting tactics and then downplay it. It's like, yeah, one thing they won't target is your loved ones. I have my mother here and they can't sabotage their relationship. Well, my mother, they've attacked my mother physically with the program, okay? Here's another thing, the first like years of me being targeted, they try to make my mother have an accident after they started telling my mother in the psychological warfare. And that's another way where they murder a lot of people. They try to make my mother have an accident. My mom told me on the phone she had been driving to work. And there's actually a guy who comes into the wrong side of the car. And she almost panicked and like veered off the road. And this is a way that they do hits on people. Where it's like, there's many people have been murdered like this. Like where you hear like, somebody was a whistleblower and had a car accident. Now soon they won't need it. They can just hijack your Tesla and drive it off road. Okay. Now here's the point: remote access. Now like old school, they can do like they have a stunt driver. There's like they wait until you're like driving on a country road, it's just you, no witnesses, and they go over in your side of traffic, and we panic like, and then go into a ditch and flip into a farmer's field and be like, oh, there was an accident. See, the guy died in an accident. Okay, see, and they've done hits on people like this before. So that's something they did after the program started targeting around 2012. one of the things they started doing is like threats against loved ones. Okay. And my mom told me after I started getting threats by the program against loved ones, there's actually almost like got in a car accident because some guy, as she was trying to work in a secluded area, like on a country road, and a car comes into her lane, and she's like almost like panicked and like drew off, things like this. So notice how it's like she's referencing targeting, and she's doing a cover up. It's like, yeah, gang stalk is real, but they don't do this. So real things that happen to real things, like me, like having my loved ones attacked physically, being poisoned, food poisoned, being sprayed with chemicals out in public, have been shot in my right leg with a CIA heart attack kind or something similar. Something. I got shot in the leg with something, and I still have a numb spot on my right leg. And so some things that points down, shot me in the leg with something, they gave me permanent damage, where I have a numb spot in my right leg still, calf, more than 3 years after this happened. Like a numb pressure type sensation. And I got a dentist to poke a hole in my tooth, give me a tooth infection. Like Torres was assessed and received purposely incorrect medical treatment. Okay. And they kind of made me know that was on purpose, because the dental was doing some direct to speech with her dental assistant. And it was a dead animal place outside a clinic when I lead the dental clinic. Okay. And here's the point. So it's like, oh yeah, so gang stalk is real, but her cover up angle is like, yeah, gang stalk is real. And mail tampering to make your mail arrive late, see? Not to poison you and put like arsenic or like some chemical toxin inside your package, okay? Oh yeah, gang stalk is real, but they won't talk to loved ones, see? It's like a limited hangout cover up. Oh yeah, they do covert entry on you, go inside your home, the target's home, just to mess with psychologically. Because the truth is, they do that to poison the target's food in the fridge or contaminate the environment with chemical toxins. So targeting is not just psychological targeting, it's psychological targeting and physical targeting. It's an assault, it's a war. They work with the target mentally and physically until you die from the target.
That is what Laura Richards calls it, and it's the perfect explanation.
Who gives a shit what Laura Richards calls it, and it's not a perfect explanation, bitch.
For stalking. Weird shit that gang stalkers do.
Go inside your home to poison your food in your fridge.
So, I am staying in an Airbnb because I had to come.
And what she's doing here is covering up the truth on covert entry. Why the program does covert entry. It's like, oh yeah, they do covert entry, meaning sneak inside your home. She's not using that word, that's what I call it. But they say, yeah, they went inside my home to mess with me. See? So it's covering it up, which is making it easy for a point to keep talking. It's going to be, oh yeah, maybe they go inside my home to kind of make me know they were inside, to make me feel mess with. So if you're not concerned about this, as you should be by watching my videos, it's bad for the cause. She's bad for TIs, real TIs, and for the public, because she's helping to cover up the true nature of how bad the targeting really is. Okay, food poisoning, attack the target physically. And she's working to like, a target like this, they believe will be like, oh yeah. It's like, okay, so if they go inside my home, it's just maybe to like leave a Q-tip on my laptop. So I'd be like, oh, somebody was inside. I feel bad about it. See, so they're less to be like, I really have to find a way to stop the prophecies inside my home, because I watched my videos and they told me they do that to poison your food, and you need to really stop that from happening. But she'd be like, fast as good as, yeah, if you go inside your home, it's just to make you feel harassed, okay? And then also to kind of downplay the seriousness of this program to the public, where it's just to make you feel harassed or something like this.
Home to get some testing done, like an MRI and a CT and some labs and stuff like that, medical stuff that I couldn't get in Mexico. So I came home for 2 days, and while I've been here, I haven't showered because it's only been 2 days, but I just took my first shower here, and I went in my suitcase to get my flat iron out of the suitcase. It was not in my suitcase. Like I said, I have not taken a shower here.
And then copycat, where she started like, oh, I take supplements, okay? I guess that's also the copycat angle. Like, we don't want TS to hear about supplements as part of TS survival culture from Mike's house first. So it's a crowding out tactic. To be like, oh yeah, this fake TI. It's like, oh, we heard about supplements. They do that, like they copycat things. Scott Snitzer, oh yeah, supplements, you can take that.
So there was no reason for it to be out of the suitcase, but it was not in my suitcase. It was over here. The gang stalkers took it and put it underneath the
Yeah.
sink.
It's just notice how she's working in. I can detect intelligent design. It's like, here's the skit. This is designed to be like cover up the real reason the program goes inside real targets' homes to poison it. It's like, it's just like, talk about a real TIA issue. The program go inside your home on your way. It's just to make you feel harassed. No, it's not. They would go inside and spray toxic chemicals, open the target fridge, put poison in your food and or drugs. And it's not like, well, if they haven't poisoned because they're still alive, they can put like a picogram of arsenic in your milk on a weekly basis, a microgram, whatever, okay? Whatever, so it's a really small amount. And then over time, it builds up the toxic level. And be like, oh, this person got cancer. I believe it's like, it's not impossible if you have arsenic, heavy metals in the body, it's more likely to get cancer, something like this. So basically, she's covering up the truth on the gang stalking, this tactic.
An intimidation tactic to let me know
It's just
they have been here.
Yeah, to let you know. No. They go inside the target's home to poison you.
They have been in my Airbnb. They have been in my room. They let themselves in, put my stuff in a different place, and left it there. They didn't want it. They didn't steal it. It wasn't because they wanted to take it and use it for themselves. It was strictly...
See, notice how this is cover up. Strictly, I detect intention. This they did cancer. They was just to mess with me psychologically, strictly to mess with me. So it's like work to cover up this target tactic. Covert entry to poison targets, to covertly poison and or drug them, contaminate the environment with toxins, be it chemical or otherwise.
A mind game, which is...
See, it's just a mind game. So it took a while for me to figure out what her angle is. Most TIs, fake TIs, okay, they work to cover up the target with crazy talk. So real TI issue, simplement exit by neighbors that work for the program. It's like Scott Snitzer. Yeah, it's possible if you're a TI, you get the same implement exit tackled by people in the neighborhood. It's the technology making do it. Because it's working to sell you the fact that it's technology, R&M, and like these machines that hijack people's brains and read in your mind. That's part of talking, see? So it's like discredit TI issues. That's the crazy talking fake TIs. That's the most common fake TI angle. To be like talk about real things happen to target videos and like put a crazy spin on it. To be like same time to exit. It's direct energy weapon, R&M machines hijacking and remote controlling your neighbors to make leave at the same time. Or safe there and doing spiritual crazy talk. Be like, if you're wondering or the set how the program systems know what you're doing in your home, real TI issue, the program is spying on through your electronics, listening through your microphone, laptop, and possibly if they would like, possibly they could put some secret camera there, okay? Possibly, but it's like they wouldn't even need to. It's like they can listen through your phones, remote access to your phones, electronic devices, like the C6 chip, Snowden revelation. Even that's mainstream now. Like they can listen to your phone calls and like tap into microphones and so this. So yeah, TI issue being spied on, okay. And then what they're doing when they spy on a TI is they use things they hear and let's say I walk out of my home and I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, I wonder, these people are saying I'm gay. That's pissing me off. Okay, so for this, some kind of gas time. It's like, it's some gas time thing. Some harassment tactic. It's like, Mike, you're gay or something, or you're a demon or something. And I go like, they say I'm a demon. They're wrong. And next time I go outside, they have a person with like t-shirt with a demon on it. Because it's like, oh, this is something he was ranting about like out loud in his home. And it's like, he's really upset about his torrent tactic. So we use that torrent tactic, like references to demons by the 5 monkeys to push his buttons. So everybody's being spied on, okay? The difference is TIs know. So part of a real TI issue is being spied on. Here's another example. So part of the target is every time you go to the supermarket, this 5 monkeys get sent there to harass you. So for example, if I would have gone end this live stream and I go eat beans and I go run 40 up a storm the rest of the day. And I'm 40 up a storm. And it's something that might be embarrassing, or like people like sensitive issues, like you walk around 40 up a storm and you had diarrhea or something like this, and like something that you might be like feel uncomfortable with, like strangers knowing or something. So like they would listen to me 40 up a storm, have diarrhea today. They feel kind of violated to listen to me doing my business in my bathroom or something. Okay, so something like that especially. But next time the Tia goes out, like in the morning they have beans, they have like diarrhea going around 40. Next time they go outside, they have like some, oh, you heard about that guy, he was 40 up a storm recently. They have 2 people, 5 monkeys sent to where you are, one of these gang stalkers. But, oh, you heard about Bob? Yeah, he was 40 up a storm. He's got diarrhea right now. And over time, notice how like if it happened once in a life, maybe, oh, what are the chances? Maybe it's synchronicity or something like this. Okay, but if that's part of daily life, where it's like you go outside and somebody will reference something you said on the phone or in private recently, that's a subtle way to target you. Okay, so TI issues being spied on, and at the point of using what you gather for spying on you to like customize, tailor-make harassment skits. Okay, when you're out in public, cover that up, Scott Snitzer, to be like, oh yeah, they're spying on the reading your mind in home or something like this, and what's his name? Seth Daniel, fake TI crazy talker, be like, yeah, discredit TI issue. Yeah, so if you're wondering like how they seem to know what to do in your home, they got witches and warlocks, satanic witchcraft. Gang stalking is a spiritual phenomenon. It's not boots on the ground. It's not down to earth, easy to believe and get people to believe in the basic truth. Okay, gang stalking is a spiritual phenomenon. It's people, it's covens and witchcraft. Where they're working, they're remote viewing astral traveling these witches to spy on your home, and that's how they know what you're doing in your home. They got the witches and warlocks targeting you, okay? And they're remote viewing in your home and spying on it. That's how they know what you're doing in your home. Because the real TI issue is knowing that you're being spied on. It's like strangers will act as if they've been told what you've been doing or saying on the phone, okay? So basically, people don't have to worry, get paranoid if you've been talking to a TI on the phone. It's like, oh, the government knows. Like, they've been spying on everybody. The difference is TIs know that you're being spied on. I believe that everybody's being spied on. Okay, everybody's being spied on. They're listening to everybody's phone calls. They're reading everybody's emails. They look at what everybody's doing online. The difference is individuals know that they're being spied on, because they will use what they get from spying on you to like harass you better. Okay, so this is a fake TI, and the first thing I noticed was that she started posting narcissistic dog abuse tactic themes, like the skulls, and usually like sensitization theme triggers that have been used to harass me. After I subscribed to her, she starts. So yeah, do the Bible church. You're in good company. This woman is like talking like anti-Israel LGBTQ people is who she joked up with. So notice how most of the people who work for this program targeting me a Christian are like Catholics, Calvinists, atheists, and homosexuals, and like vocal Satanists, people like Satan, okay, love Satan, most of that, like atheists and like false religions, and people like anti-Israel LGBT, pro-LGBTQ is who is like mostly I see targeting me a Christian for this program. And then also Free Grace Ministries participate in this, okay? Casting a lot among us. That's all one person. You have confederacy with these people. So, yeah, you're part of a group effort. Those do the work for you. So this woman is a copycat counter. Maybe I have to make a new Instagram. Stalked by the feds for real. Mike SAHA or something like this. So
What stalking is. It's psychological terrorism.
notice how she's fucking covering up the targeting. And I don't give a fuck if this bitch, flat-chested, flat-assed, ugly bitch whore. I don't give a shit if she's doing this, okay? Well, she's the most basic of bitches, okay? So it's like you look like shit, okay? But anyway, that's the point. Not only are you ugly, you don't have beauty in your face. You don't have boobs or ass or something like that. So a woman can have an ugly face, she got big tits and big ass, she still has some attractiveness. But you got your flat-chested, flat ass, like your fucking flat hair tog there, and you look like shit in your face too. The most basicest of bitches, okay? You know what, you're a basic bitch, right? You're the most basic of the bitch. You're like average, like beneath average looking in your face, okay? and then your body is less attractive than average Joe. Okay, so you might be more physically attracted to men by being obese because the fat makes your boobs grow. So you get some curves that makes you have an ass too. So you're ugly and you're okay, whatever. So that's the thing. So she reminds me of this female working in Holocaust, some woman that was a freak. Whatever, here's the thing, in the Holocaust, they had a woman and a man in it too. So part of this is like possibly test like if a target is mega loss of vitamin C, what effect would be a shot with a heart attack gun in the leg have on them? If they survive it, it's like we know that like well how much he's taking daily. Okay, if he dies, it's like okay he dies. So the amount what he was doing did not keep this LD50 dose from being an LD50 dose. See, so part of this is like experimentation. They're doing this to hurt you, but it's like they're also like we know that if we give people this much of this toxin, you see a heart attack, and it kills more than 50% of people. Now Mike is like not eating a low sugar diet, exercising, take a lot of vitamins. Let's hit him with that, and if he dies, he dies. But if he survives, it's like, oh, okay, somebody has this lifestyle. This amount of this toxin might not kill him. It did give Mike permanent damage, but it didn't die. Okay, so this is still what we're talking. So anyway, that's the point. This woman is part of the problem. And I don't care. If I would be wrong, and I'm not, that she's an agent. I don't believe I am. That she's like a fake TI, just doing a different angle. Okay? That control the narrative, limited hangout, talk about gang stalking, and then kind of like, well, it's not as bad as it really is. Okay? It's just harassment. They don't target loved ones. Because the truth of what the program does, they target loved ones. They can murder your loved ones. They murder pets. They can murder your loved ones. They can get agents into your loved one's life. Okay? If your sister becomes single, they might send a guy to be a room agent, to be like an agent, to get in a relationship with the target sister, to be able to talk if you go with your sister, or to sabotage the relationship. They can attack loved ones physically. They poison you. They sneak inside your home, they poison you. They spray chemicals on targets. Many targets have been targeted, murdered, and made it look like a suicide. That's another one that I saw that was just covering that up. I will talk about how I believe that Chuck Lambert was murdered by the program. And I've talked about how if I go to a psych ward or prison, the program has threatened me that they might murder me, they make it look like a suicide. They might suicide me in the psych ward if they can get me there. That's part of like the threats I've been getting. Okay. And that's how they can take people out. Okay. So if they tell I commit suicide, I'm not suicidal. If I get mad enough, I might, here's how I put it, being introspective. If I'm hurting people hurt people, not themselves. That's the type of person I am. Meaning, if I get really affected by targeting, I might feel like punching a perp in the face. Feel like, not threatening it. But I might feel like I'm mad, the target gets me. It's like, oh, God, I want to kill, but that's not how I respond to it. I go like, I'm mad about the targeting. I feel like punching one of these people in the face, and it's like, don't do it like you're a Christian, okay? See? So, if I get affected, like my destructivity is aimed outwards at a worthy person. Somebody's like responsible for causing this damage to me and making me feel like this. And it's never like I'm mad about the talking. That's not how I respond to it. So at worst, it makes me feel like being aggressive to someone else that's working for the program that made me this mad. And never like, I just don't have that in me. Okay, I don't have suicide in me. Okay, that makes the point. So she covers that up, see. I saw her make a video covering that up. Where it's like, oh, the gang stalking program has blood on the hands. Because Mike SAHA real tends to talk about how the program made his mother bleed, literally, after threatening to make her bleed for many years. Okay? And they have blood on the hands for murdering tornadoes. So it's like, murder make it look like a suicide. And she's like covering that up too, see. So her video makes it easy for the program to murder TIs and make it look like a suicide. Because she made a video where it's like, when I've been making videos, hey, if they tell you I killed myself in a psych ward or prison, don't believe I would never do that, okay? To make it harder for them to pull that off, see. Without raising eyebrows, okay? So she makes a video, oh yeah, the program has blood on the hands. I can see it's very easy how many targets have killed themselves from the target, and how somebody could feel like hurting themselves due to the target, which is what? Covering up that the program sometimes murders TIs and make it look like suicide. See, to make it more easy to believe that, this target, they would take it to psych ward section, and then they said that they murdered him, they killed themselves in there. And I'd be like, well, I'm more likely the program murder made it look like a suicide. Okay. Be like, yeah, I can see how people may feel like hurting themselves, which like helping to take out targets, make it look like a suicide. Do you understand? She's covering that up too. Chuck Langdon, I think he was murdered by a program, if they made it look like a suicide or not. But they said that he became a ward of the state. From what I found from researching, is that he became a ward of the state. And shortly thereafter he died, and some people say that he ended his life. So either like he became a ward of the state section, and either he got murdered by made it look like a suicide, murdered him, make it look like a suicide, or like poison him, or had an inmate attack him, make him have an accident, like, okay, I slipped in the shower in the psych ward and it hit the back of his head or something. So I believe that he murdered him. I don't believe that Chuck Langenberg took himself out, okay? And it's not even that you can find, from my memory, they said that he killed himself, but he became a ward of the state, is what you can find available, and shortly after that he died, okay? So that's the point. That's another video she made, where she's covering up the fact that the program has murdered several TIs and made it look like a suicide. Like, get the TI into psych ward, because they're targeting them, and they start whistleblowing, and they go nuts from the targeting. They have like short-term agitated states, and might get like push somebody in the supermarket as a purple punch, and be like, you fucking purple cop show up. What did you do? Because they were harassing me. Oh, they got delusion to the psych ward. Another program has in the psych ward that murdering them, make it look like a suicide. They will have plants in psych wards too, inmates or people like nurses in the psych ward. They will have plants in there, and inmates or people work in the psych ward, so they can spike your food with poisons, they can suicide you, they can put something in your food, they can make you have an accident, things like this. Okay, so she's working to cover up the target, and she might be like the new Scott Snitzer, where it's like because this is a new angle, this is a new fake TI kind of intelligence agent, and even if I end up like, oh, I was wrong, toxic is toxic. She's part of the problem. She's helping to cover up gang stalking. She's helping to hurt TIs, see? By making videos like trying to get people to think that if they go inside your home, it's just to make you feel harassed. When in reality, I would be like, you need to take my advice to make it hard for the person to get inside your home when they leave. Because if they go inside your home, it's not just to do something good. They will go inside, they can poison your food in the fridge, contaminate it, they can poison you basically. Go inside and hurt you. But she'd be like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, this tactic is just to mess with you psychologically. Okay? And it's also part of the problem by like, the world will be like, oh, it's not that big of a problem. It would be like if you're like, oh yeah, we need to stop the Holocaust because the Jews are being bullied in concentration camps. It's just bullying, it's just psychological targeting. It's just dehumanization where they're like having posters saying you're a rat or something like this. When in reality, like they poison them and gassing them and working them to death and stuff like this. It'd be like, oh, it's just, yeah, we need to expose the Holocaust. It's just like group bullying of Jews. Do you understand? So that's how I feel. There's the point. She's part of the problem no matter what. And so checking so much boxes, I'm kind of as a paid fake, I would how to say that. From I start listening to her, I can see she's been used to copy parts of my story, same angle Scott Snitzer. Okay? So it's like if you're gonna launch a kind of intelligence agent fake TI, you look at like a call the real TI and use some of what they're doing. So Mike takes supplement, recommends other TIs, like because they don't want to be like a TI as much. He's the first guy that taught me how to be healthy by taking supplements. Okay, the first TI survival coach I found. So it's like have her post about, oh, I take supplements to kind of crowd you out and steal your thunder. See, but she's not going to be helpful. She's not going to be like, read this about titration Balton for vitamin C. Okay, watch these Tom Levy videos about vitamin C being important antitoxin, quote unquote. That's what the video is called. I want to watch. Okay, this video on YouTube, vitamin C important antitoxin. Okay, she's not going to tell you about how to make it hard for the poisoning. Yeah, so this talk on the feds, she's a fake deal.
What Laura Richards calls it, and it's the
I don't give a fuck what Lord Richard, some other kind of intelligence agent, or whatever the fuck you talk about. I don't give a fuck what they talk about. I'm a better source at teaching the truth of what gang stalking is and what it's not. You bitch.
Shit that gang stalkers do. So, I am staying in an Airbnb because I had to come home.
It's just talking. It's just to make you feel harassed. No, okay. They go inside target's home to poison you. Okay. So to explain it to you, if I didn't have this TI CCTV security system, så någon har väl been to the TI community. First, I warning TI, starting the stage I used to be, where it's like, I know I'm being harassed when I go outside, but I didn't know about this other targeting tactic that they will do covert entry and go inside your home when you leave, because you got a landlord spare kid, landlord will be on it 9 or 10 times you can on that. And what they're really doing is to go inside and hurt you physically. Okay, like for example, I leave, I don't have a security system. Here's what the police was doing to me before I leave. Before I they go like, okay, they go inside. It's like, oh, Mike has what is this? Coconut milk in the fridge. Let's put this dropper bottle. Put just a drop of this toxin that the person had. Okay, put it back just the way it was. Okay, here, and then leave. And then when I come home, oh, I'm dehydrated. Let's make my dude some hydration drink. Get some coconut milk, some Himalayan pink salt, and some water. Drink it. Like 1 hour later, I had pain in my stomach. I feel nauseous, okay? And they want me to think there's like either just stress or something like this. Or they also have agents out here, kind of tell us the crazy songs to be like, direct into episode you started if it's on the video. Okay, here's microwave radar assaults. They were attacked with satellites, microwave radar assaults in the neighbors. And they can make you feel pain in your stomach, red watery eyes, itchiness. That's what the direct energy weapons can make you feel like. To get the target to falsely attribute real physical symptoms from real physical targeting to boogeyman satellites out of space. So, or here, see, it's like they can have something that's a toxin and then go put it on there, for example. So yeah, that's something that they really do. They go inside the target's home to put toxic chemicals in your environment. Another thing they could do, they could put like mold spores in your bed or some other chemical irritant. And when you lay down, you start itching and you can't sleep at night. So, yeah, this woman is a counterintelligence agent, stalked by the Fed, it's a Fed, and I don't give a shit. She's a fake TI, counterintelligence agent. And even if I would be wrong, and I don't believe that I am, she's still part of the problem, meaning she's helping the program, and she's helping the program to hurt real TIs. Because TIs need the truth. What I believe is like, hey, covert entry. The program will sneak inside the home, you need to have a security system. If you don't, it makes you from sneak inside the home and poison you, because they will do that. And they've done that to me, I'm a real TI. She'd be like, oh yeah, if they go inside the home, it's just to make you feel harassed. And you're not gonna be like, I really need to stop this. I really need to make it hard for the opponent to go inside my home. Because I know the truth about they can go inside my home to poison me. Okay. So it's like, it's making it easy for the opponent to hurt TIs. It's working to do good PR for the opponent to be like, yeah, gang stalking is real, but it's just bullying, okay? It's not like, hey, this is something super bad going on. The truth. Targets are targeted with harassment, but on top of that, their targets have been poisoned. Their opponent has murdered targets before, it looked like a suicide maybe an accident. Targets have been targeted with physical targeting tactics, and then a target has a heart attack or stroke from being targeted by the program. So yeah, this stalked by the Feds Lisa, she's a targeted individual fake. And if people are think wrong, she's still part of the problem and helping the program.
To get some testing done.
This I've seen too, okay, where it's like on Facebook before, where it's like I go to Facebook, where am I logged in, and it's like some city, it's like, I don't know, like on the other side of Sweden, okay, and it's like, what I'm in Stockholm, I'm not in Stockholm, it's like I'm in Oxelösund, and I check where I'm logged in, and it says like, I don't know, it's somewhere that far away from where I am. Okay, it'd be like if you check where you logged in and you live in New York and it says Minnesota. Okay, so this is something that can happen. Now they don't need to be logged. Here's the thing: they don't need to log into your Facebook account. Okay, like go to Mark Zuckerberg and be like, "Hey, you're gonna have to give all target videos passwords to us so we can log into them." They how they spy on me, they have backdoor, so they look like I'm screen sharing. The government spying on me, they see in real time what is shown on my screen, okay? So they don't have to like log into to check what I've been watching, what videos I've been watching, so they can use things from videos I've been watching privately to be like customized harassment skits. They see what I'm doing in real time. Like when I'm screen sharing on StreamYard or Rumble, and then I click share screen, and then my viewers are seeing everything I'm looking at on my screen. They're seeing it. That's the level of surveillance. So they don't have to like go to your server, that get to the ISP or whatever. They go like, hey, can you give us a list of the 12th June he went to stop gang stalking. Okay, now we know that. It's like they're in real time can see what to do. Here. And notice, now the one thing I like is like people that are making fun of me. Okay, Mike, you're crazy and paranoid. It's like I have more weird shit by strangers around me documented. And she's got this video here where there's somebody sitting at a table at a cafe next door. There's a gang stalk surveilling at breakfast. And then she's got like thousands of likes on that post. And people like, I believe you or something like this. But if I have videos of somebody wearing a skull t-shirt in the supermarket, after I made streams saying, yeah, they tell people to put on a skull t-shirt and go to the supermarket to harass me. They use that as a sensitization theme. And it's like, see, that's like less crazy than like, oh, here's a person sitting in the same cafe as me. And what you're seeing, somebody on the phone sitting there. And it's like, well, what I'm saying is this is a gang stalker because they've been spending 30 minutes sitting next to my table. And I have things like a next door neighbor walk out and be like, I'm gonna treat him like a bug, okay, and things like this. Like doing skits with I get out smoking. And this lady, neighborhood lady, goes out and that's like narcissist always abuse tactics. Which is like things that said, yeah, the program has been dehumanizing, saying I'm a bug, and while they post me like one. And then she can send out like, yeah, I'm gonna treat it like a bug, okay, for the greater good, and things like this. See, I have that type of behavior on camera. Okay. And like same time I have to exit with the same neighbor. When I go out, I come home and sit to have a cigarette before going inside. He leaves and walks past with a big stick and I guess to intimidate me. And then another time it's like walking past. Like I have like more. It's less of a stretch that this is gang stalking. From all I have from all the years being targeted, purpose on camera, I have like weirder stuff than what she got. So I guess that makes it harder for you to be like, Mike, you're crazy. Because look here, she's got videos of some guy here. And it's like, okay, she's got 10,000 likes on this post. And people are not just saying you're crazy, it's not like every comment is you're crazy. And I have like weirder shit than this being a target video in my streams and videos and things like this. I have weirder shit than this. So, anyways, the point. Now, what I think is she's a fake tier, which means she's being promoted by the system and made to be big. Okay. Me, it's like no matter what I post in a reel on Instagram, you get 0 views most of the time. And if I check back to 24 hours, maybe I got 12 views on a reel uploader because I'm shadow banned. Okay. I'm not joking. I can upload a reel, whatever I'm doing, on my food, exercising, doing bodybuilding, whatever. And it's like within 24 hours, it's like I have like between 0 and like 12 views on it typically. Okay. So it's like they're working to hide me from people. And now I have 2 live views because it's been shadow banned. I'm live on YouTube and I have 2 viewers live because I talk about gang stalking. So it's like they're working that's part of talking. I'm a realty, I know the truth about this being dangerous to the program for real, not serving it. So part of what you do is work to control what you see and what you don't see. I'm gonna finish up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep good word about this. And you better believe that it's not over, okay? So, now, the beauty is I can use this bitch, because I'm shadow banned, and I can use this bitch. Stalked by the feds is a fed, okay? If I make a new TikTok, stalked by the feds is a fed. I can use, because people are searching for her name and handle, and she's a fake TI. There's like, kind of like Scott Snitzer, understand? Scott Snitzer is like helped by the program to reach people, and I work to be hidden. And if I make video, Scott Snitzer is a fake TI, every time I upload a video, that can help me get a few extra views. And it's not like being dirty, because it's like somebody who's a fake TI, I need to expose them. And as a side effect, making videos about the fake TIs makes it easier for me to reach real TIs. It's like, this person is part of the problem, and they tell you this. So what? And you need to know the truth. So I'm gonna finish up. Jag ska börja video. My name is Mike, I'm a real TI. And if you want to learn the truth about this program, now they work. I'm fucking shadow banned on YouTube and on other platforms, meaning they work to hide from people. And it makes no sense. And I wouldn't have to tell a quality person I'm being shadow banned. Because a person that is intelligent and rational will be able to tell, look at my YouTube channel, it makes no sense how few live viewers I get on my streams being live for 2. It's like that same person be like, it makes no sense. Mike will be getting these few views on the regular on this YouTube channel. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like, if I had to argue to somebody that is I'm being shadow banned very hard, it's like there's somebody that doesn't want to see the truth in the now. So that doesn't mean that I have a sense of hopelessness, because I keep talking about gang stalking. I don't have a sense of hopelessness. It can't be done. I'm not going to try. I'm going to keep getting worried about gang stalking. And sooner or later, I can reach real TIs. So the most important thing is I reach real TIs. Well, that is an important thing. First, work to expose this to the public. Secondly, reach real TIs. They need to find me, because I'm the only person online that is teaching how to protect against the targeting. The truth on what the targeting is and how to protect against it. I don't see Lisa be like how to set up a budget security system to stop a program from being able to go inside the home to poison you. Okay, so here are some of the things I've been teaching. TICC, how to set up a TI security system to stop the program from going inside the home. Because if they go inside the home, they will post your food in the fridge sooner or later and do bad things. I've been teaching towards that. TIPP, another way they can target is to spray chemicals around in public. Or be shooting the leg with stuff I got shot with, and I have permanent damage from right leg, like a lump spot on right leg. 1 or 3 years after this happened. I think that could have been an assassination attempt and failed. And which is why you need to wear TIPP gear. Which like you need to wear clothes that are not like weak. You need to have clothes that are better at stopping a dart gun than normal. So the basics of TIPP is like cover as much skin as possible, and you want to cover your body with quality layers so that it's harder for the point to get a chemical droplet direct on your skin, and for the program to shoot you with a dart gun and get a dart through your clothes into your body. Because that's what has happened to me before, like being attacked physically. So yeah, TIPP, supplementation, it's targets especially to take care of the health. Okay, and it's like I guess like it's even hard to make videos being called health fitness teacher now, because like there's so many hoops going on through. But it's like definitely, I can tell this is extra important. The targets know how to be healthy, anything from supplements to diet to hygiene, whole chemicals. So I gotta finish up, and you can keep whining, being little baby bitches. I know that there's a lot of people work for this program, watch my channel, and they have a job to hate on it. Okay. Well, it's not my fault that you're a guilty piece of shit like a fucking Nazi, and I'm a Christian boy standing up to you evil filth. Okay, so there's a lot of pastors and ministries that are part of this targeting, and they've been brainwashed into thinking that the part of greater good, that they're doing God a service by working for a program murdering Christians and non-Christians alike. Okay, but that's your problem. Okay, you're gonna have to answer to God for this, and the whole head is sick. Control the head, control the body. I don't think God is happy about you people and what you've been doing. Some people make it sound like the wrath of, where is this? Yeah, you people getting brain damage, tumor growths, people getting heart attacks over there, and Tom Segal getting sick. Where is this? Some people make it sound like, where's the, I'll get confused, people in cars, Philip Woman. Yeah, I get confused. Okay, God is not mocked. Okay, God is not mocked. It's like, where is the people make sound the wrath of God? Where is it? Where is it? This woman, Faye Radke, no, who is it? Brain tumor. Okay. Tom Segal seriously sick. Somebody died of a heart attack. Somebody connected to the ministry. Things that the Paul has, that you serve, has tried to do to me. Give me tooth infection, lead to strokes or heart attacks. Work to target me in ways to give you brain damage all the time. Hurt my body. Work to make me have a hard time breathing and speaking on camera by exposing me to chemicals I'm allergic to and things like this. So just reap what you sow. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. What's a man sow, they will also reap. Oh, I'm working for the Satanists to keep reminding Mike of the subtle threats. They're going to murder your mother, say it's your fault, okay? Freedom of money. Okay. I'm not going to cry if I hear you get in a car accident or get cancer or something like this. Or your wife gets in a car accident and she's blooded or something like this. David's child was a saved child. God took it to heaven. Don't be surprised if this boy has hurt my loved ones, if God would hurt your loved ones. Because your loved ones might have responsibility, okay? Because they live in your household, they might have knowledge of this, so they might have shared blame. To be in a Christian household that's working to persecute other Christians, and the whole family is sick, okay? The whole family is corrupt. And it's like Raphael Garland and his wife know about the gang stalking, and they told them Mike SAHA, and they're both consenting to it. I think it's good. And it's like, so whatever. Here's the point. I'm gonna finish up, and I know that people reap what they sow. So if you're a Christian work for the gang stalking program, I don't be surprised if God makes you have some of the same problems that I've had to endure from being told. And I don't care. You're not excused because you believe lies, okay? See? It's like, well, they told you, it's like to communicate veiled murder threats against a Christian man. They told you, wow, this guy's crazy and thinks God wants him to sacrifice people to get saved. That's why I want to shoehorn this in here. When in reality, what they're getting you to communicate is intended to be interpreted as a threat that they will murder my loved ones as a sacrifice, okay? And you're not excused because you were turned aside to lies and were deceived, okay? See? Especially now when I begin my side of the story out here. Be like, yeah, here's the truth of what they do, okay? So it's like if somebody told me, if I go shopping in the ICA supermarket, and some person goes up, hey guy, I know the guy owns the store, and he told me I can shop on credit. So can you like go and get some candy off the aisle and walk out with it because I know the guy owns the store, it's on credit. And I go, oh yeah, sure. And then the cops go like, hey, you shoplifted. Well, I'm not guilty. You don't have the right to punish me for this sin, this law breaking, because I was lied to and I believed the lie. Somebody told me I can pick stuff off the shelves for free and it's not stealing, it's not wrong, okay? And I believed it. No, they wouldn't hold up. Just because somebody lied to me, okay? Or it's like somebody tells me like, hey Mike, the program, this person did something, but whatever. So yeah, the point is this. You can't hide behind the fact that somebody told you lies. You go, oh, I was just following orders and believing lies. That's my defense, okay? So I'm not bad because somebody lied to me and got me to participate in this persecution with lies. Then no, you're guilty. Especially when I've been out here for years, give my side of the story. So it's like, gang stalking, here's the truth on this gang stalking persecution program. And then naming your people that have been involved in ministries, a lot of them. They're like, yeah, they use lies, smear campaigns, narcissistic dog abuse tactics, smear campaigns. And it's like, it's make it very easy that here's my side of the story, the truth. And it makes it very easy for the people to understand the truth if they have been deceived. And they're still actually in denial, which makes them more guilty. So there's been a season of more reaping. Well, I'm gonna finish up. That's gonna be the end of the video. Keep hating. I'm not gonna stop making videos.